Oh, hello, everyone. Good morning. Yes, that's right. It is morning. We did an afternoon game just last one, noon in New York, but today we're doing breakfast and we're doing wings for breakfast, everyone. Some delicious red wings. Vancouver, Detroit, happening for the earliest game of the season. I did look ahead. There is one more game. It's a 10 a.m. Game against New York Rangers. So that'll be another breakfast game. But today, on Nothing is Perfect, we're going to be doing the Canucks versus the Red Wings. My name is Russell Holiday, and let's watch the game together, shall we? Okay, Vancouver Canucks, Detroit Red Wings, 9:30 a.m. Before we get into some of the stuff, let's go through what we're going to do today, because we've got some fun stuff coming up. Very cool guests coming onto the show that we've never had before, that you guys probably do know. So first off, we'll do hellos to everyone who is awake and ready to go in chat. Getting some more people already in here. It was good to see. I didn't know. Maybe you're all sleeping in. Maybe I was going to be just streaming to myself again, and Dobby would just have to sit here and listen to me, and he would be the one watching. Then we're going to do the stats that you want, but you don't really need, of course. And then we're going to go through the Canucks lineup. The game will start. And then during the first intermission, Dustin Boydell, as you saw, back from Vegas, coming in last game with 10 gifted subs right off the bat. So thanks to Dustin again. He'll be in during the first intermission. And during the second intermission today, we are very excited to have Mr. Canuck Clay, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend. Canuck Clay will be joining us during the second intermission, and he'll be chatting with us about his Canucks fandom, how his channel gets started, and if we got some time, we'll also pick his brain about how he feels the Canucks are doing so far today against Detroit. And then Dustin will also be back for a quick post-game show to break down all the action that happened today. And then as well, we did do this announcement a couple games ago. We have now opened up the channel for memberships. So if you see down below me there should be a button that says join. If you do feel like supporting the channel on a month-to-month basis, I think it's like $4.99 per month. And that supports me and my ability to do some more content for you. You'll get some custom emojis. So you'll see some people using them tonight. We've got a sparkling Trevor Linden smile. We've got the Dobby with the Santa hat on for the Christmas season. We've also got the swear jar, learn the rules because you know how much I hate icing. And then we also have, what's the other one we have? Oh, and we added the new one for Drew, the king of the mods, because he wanted a nice orca diving with a goal. So anytime the Canucks score, we've got the goal emoji ready to go with the orca. So let's say hello to some beautiful people. And now I saw this earlier, but I don't see it. I think it went away. But I did see Big Hog Hockey. I think it was right when I posted the video. He said, first one. So he was happy to get in first. Zach is in chat. Go Vancouver. You love to see it. Welcome, Zach. This is me earlier. Just letting y'all know that I am awake. I did make it. The alarm went off. Paper is back. Hi, Paper. And he's saying he just woke up as well. Big Hog Hockey. Get the coffee, boys. Oh, yeah, buddy. We got the coffee. Let's do a cheers to evil. And my wife says to good. We balance each other out. Jacob Cozy, hi guys. Just woke up as well. And then Calvin says, let's go, wake and bake. So you're going to make a cake this early, Calvin? Going to be making some cake this morning, eh, Calvin? And then Calvin says, grab some Java. Jacob says, sup, Calvin. And Big Mac in the chat. Yo, what's shaking, everyone? Welcome back, Big Mac. Nice to have you. And then Calvin says, morning, Jacob. How goes it? And Jacob says, dope. Everything is perfect. That's good to hear. That's good to hear, brother. My wife says, nothing is perfect. Major Tao, finally a 9 a.m. game. So tired of waiting all day. Yep. No need to wait. It's like Christmas morning, right? Because everyone, I don't know, you guys with your families, my parents always had a rule that we were allowed to open our stockings at like 7:30 a.m. and then they'd be up by like 8:30 or something like that where we could start opening presents. Calvin's happy. That's very good. And then Jacob said, misunderstood. I went to apologize to Perfect, so everything is good now. Yeah. And Jacob says, I apologize to chat for the last time, misunderstood. Let's win a hockey game. Yeah. So I wanted to give props to Jacob. We had a bit of a misunderstanding at the end of the stream last game. He did reach out to me on Instagram to apologize. We chatted a little bit. So I have forgiven him. And I want all you to let everything go under the bridge, water under the bridge. Jacob we appreciate having you here. You've been a big supporter of the channel the whole time we've been on. So welcome back, brother. Major Chow, Jacob is our edgy, older, and cooler brother. Yep. Laughing away. Jacob's laughing as well. And then Calvin says, yeah, that was very unfortunate, but at least you said you're sorry. I shouldn't have made a joke like that too, but water under the bridge. Yeah, you're right, Calvin. We're all good. We're all good. Jacob says, been through some stuff. And then Big Hog says, Calvin, I saw you in a Knuckshead chat yesterday. And then Jacob says, Knuckhead had a video. Yep. Yeah, you uploaded a new video yesterday. Calvin, yeah, I love those videos. Yeah, Jacob also loves those videos. Big Hogs confirming that he did premiere one yesterday. Oh, Jacob was one of the OGs for Mr. Knuckhead. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get Mr. Knuckhead on the show at some point. The word is out. We'll wait and see. You never know. Drew Richards in the chat. The king of the mods. Good morning, team. Got our first intermission guest, Mr. Dustin Boydell, Paragolf Pro, morning all. Jacob says, yeah, Knuckhead's channel blew up. That was wild. But I mean, you can understand why. His stuff is so good. He's good at what he does. Calvin saying hi to Drew. Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere. If you should make some whiskey, yeah, it's a 5 o'clock somewhere. And look who it is, everyone. Just as we talk about him, Mr. Canuck Clay, looking forward to hanging out with you later this morning, bro. Yes, sir. We're looking forward to having you on, too. Everyone in the chat is excited to see you. So we very much appreciate taking your time in your busy schedule to join the show. I don't know how you do it. Full-time job, and then also on top of that, the amount of video content you put out, Canuck Clay, that's absolutely incredible. So everyone's very excited to have you onto the show today, sir. Drew Richards. Yes, we are having wings for breakfast today. It's going to be tasty. And then Paragolf Pro feeling a Joshua goal this morning. He's been better each game and today, and him and Garland link up for one. Yep. Yeah, I could see that. Joshua's due for one. Getting him his first of the season. Yeah, such an odd time to start a hockey game. Yeah, very bizarre. I wonder if there's any interesting stats associated with morning games. The Canucks are generally terrible in morning games. I actually tried to look that up. Canuck Clay says, thank you. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you, brother. Yeah, Drew, I actually tried to look this up because off the top of my head, I can remember the Canucks do tend to struggle when it's morning games. But like me and Dustin chatted about last game, it has been kind of a gradual move towards the 9:30 because they played at 4:30. They played at noon. Now they're playing at 9:30. So hopefully that has kind of eased them into it. But yeah, I mean, playing at 9:30 a.m. And I mean, that comes in at noon or 12:30 in the Eastern time zone. But nevertheless, Canucks and hockey players in general are creatures of habit. And so sometimes it takes them a little bit to adjust because you don't get your usual game day ritual in. We got Dan back watching from the Philippines. It's nighttime here in the Philippines, but don't worry, I will still listen to your commentary. Go Canucks, go. Welcome back, Dan. We got TD in the chat. McCabe in the intro. Yeah, TD, that is a clip from my Reddit page. I made a video. It was Weird Al, Since You've Been Gone, and the whole song is Since You've Been Gone, and he talks about how terrible his life is. And at the very end, it's like, I feel almost as bad as I did when you were still here. And that's Mikheyev. We feel almost as bad as we did, but when he was here, it was worse. So if you watch really closely, you'll actually see Mikheyev miss every single shot like he did. Yeah, if you want to check out, I've got my Reddit in my YouTube, on my YouTube channel, so you can go check that out. Obviously, I can't post it on here because unfortunately, I would be copyrighted right away. Okay, let's see. I think we've said hello to everyone who's in the chat now. So let's hop over quickly to the stats that you want, but you don't really need, which doesn't appear to be showing. So let's fix that right now. There it is. Okay. So the stats that you want, but you don't really need. We're talking about Canucks games on Sunday. So the Canucks have not a very good record on Sundays. They are 238 and 265. So quite a bit below 500. What is that like? That's almost 30 games below 500. That's 27 games below 500. So let's start working on that today. They're only a minus 114 when it comes to goals for, goals against. Save percentage 0.89, not too great. Power play is not great. Okay, so Sunday's going to be rough. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If we're going based on Sunday stats, it's going to be rough. We're talking about December 1st. The Canucks have played 24 times on December 1st in their history. They are 7-14, which is also not great. They have an even split. So today is 13th game on the away when they're playing on December 1st. At home, they're 3-8-1. On the road, they're actually better. They're actually better on the road. So here's our first positive stat of the day. They are 4-6 when they're playing on the road on December 1st. If we're looking at the Canucks versus the Red Wings, they've played 182 times overall. The Canucks have a record of 67-87, so they were minus 20 against Detroit. And we can all understand that because when the Canucks came into the league, they weren't very good for a long time. And there was a lot of really good teams. And we all remember, what was it? The Detroit Red Wings went on a streak, what was it, 17 years in a row where they made the playoffs or something like that. You got Fedorov, you got Yzerman, you got Shanahan, you got Datsuk, you got Lindstrom, you got Lindholm. And there's so many players. So many Hall of Famers played for those teams. So it's been very rough for the Canucks in Detroit. They're only 27-51 when playing in Detroit. So hopefully we can improve on that stat tonight. They're actually positive. They actually can beat Detroit at home. So we'll think about this as a home game. We're going to put some home game mojo into it. We're looking at the Canucks leading scorer against the Red Wings. It's Pettersson across the board. He's got 5 goals. He's got 10 assists. He's got 15 points, all in 10 games. So 1.5 points a game for Mr. Pettersson against the Detroit Red Wings. So we'll look for a big game from him today. And then as well, we got the Red Wings leading scorer. Dylan Larkin's got 6 goals in 15 games against the Canucks. Seider has 4 assists. This should say 4 assists in 6 games. And then we've got Larkin with the overall 8 points in 15 games against the Canucks. If we're looking at overall stats, Connor Garland ripping it up. He's got 8 points in the last 5 games, 4 goals in that time. Pettersson also has 6 assists in the last 5 games. So that's good to see. Lucas Raymond leading the way for the Detroit Red Wings in the last 5 games, 6 points. Lucas Raymond has 5 goals in that time, so a goal every game for the last 5 games. And then Comfer has 3 assists for the Detroit Red Wings. Canucks power play right in the middle of the pack, 21%. Detroit's power play has been really, really good so far this year, coming in at 4th, 27.9%. That's wild. Their penalty kill, however, is the worst in the entire league. So we'll see if that shows up. Maybe this stat can help the Canucks work on this stat. The Canucks penalty kill is not bad, 11th in the league, almost 81%. Faceoffs have been struggling. Big part of that probably is the fact that JT Miller has not been with the team. And we'll talk a little bit about JT Miller a little bit later with Mr. Dustin Boydell in the first intermission. The faceoffs for Detroit, a little bit better, right in the middle of the league, 50%, so flip a coin. The Canucks have finally improved on these stats here. They're 11th best in the league with 3.23 goals per game and 22nd in the league with 3.14 against. So still a positive stat, but for a long time there, that was even or worse. Detroit's only scoring about 2.57 goals per game, so that's 25th. And their goals against is 19th. So just slightly better than the Canucks, but still not a great stat for them. Back to the bar. So let's hop on over to the lineup, which I believe is the same as the last game. So let's bring those up on the screen, and then I'll quickly look over, see if Bachelor has posted the lines here. I'll double check. No, he has not posted. So we're going to assume that we are getting the same lines as last game. So let's show that to you here. Let's go. So here's the offensive lines for today. I think. Here we go. So we got the same top line: DeBrusk, Pettersson, Sherwood playing really, really well together. We got the second line: Dakota Joshua, Suter, Garland. Obviously, Garland is doing amazing. Suter's got 8 goals as well. Ratu with Nils Hoglander and Brock Besser. We'll see if that line stays together. And then as well, we've got Max Sasson, Teddy Bluger, and Dan Denainen playing together. But having said that, because it's a 9:30 game, who knows what's going to happen? We might not see these lines. But as we know, the Canucks only have 12 forwards, so it will be some combination of these 12 forwards. And then let's hop on over to the defense and the goalies, because I think this is the same. So we've got Quinn Hughes and Tyler Myers playing together as the top pair, with Hronek being out. We've got Susie and Noel Juleson, who actually looked pretty good last game together. Juleson's been really, really strong. Carson probably had his best game of the year. And then Brandstrom and Desharnais playing together. Although you may see Friedman in the lineup, but like I said, everything's kind of up in the air. I believe Kevin Lankinen is starting, but we'll have to wait and see. So we shall see. We shall see, shall we? So let's get back into the chat before we get the puck dropped. Big Hog also calling for a Lankinen Hattie. Kevin Lankinen getting a hat trick in his first game in Detroit. Wouldn't that be something? National anthem's about to be sung. Calvin Josh for the Gordie Howe hat trick. You can tell Russ just woke up by his voice. Yeah, I didn't do my vocal exercises. Baraga, 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 baraga. Mana inga, baraga, baraga, baraga. Okay, there, we're good. We're good. But I have been feeling a little bit of a tickle in my throat lately, so who knows what that means. Jacob Cozy, unfortunately, Josh hasn't looked himself quite yet. Yeah, and I don't know if anyone's on Twitter, but Jeff Patterson had posted, how are the Canucks fans feeling about Dakota Joshua's play so far? And it's like, bro, like, this is too early. He's only 8 games in. Like, what do you expect? He's pretty much exactly what we thought, but bro's coming back from a cancer surgery, so maybe not the right question to ask on Twitter right now, Jeff Patterson. Calvin, I think we all just woke up. Yeah. Yeah, Jacob woke up, made himself a drink. Dustin's putting the smiling Mr. Trevor Linden in the chat. You'll love to see it. Trevor's up and ready to go. Aren't you, Trevor? Yeah, he is. Look at that smile. I was working a little bit on that. I keep on teasing it. The Mayor of Vancouver series, documentary series about Trevor Linden. So I got his very first video. I've got some stuff chopped up, so that's coming soon. There hasn't been a lot of time. 3 games in 4 nights, so I'll look forward to that. Jacob, I'm sure my liver's going fine. Major's putting a learn the rules in the chat. Jacob's putting the goal symbol in the chat. So is Major Tao. And then Drew's got the goal symbol. And then the Canucks colors from various eras, the green and the blue, and then the yellow, the black, and the red. Big Hog, if Chico switches teams, I'm banning him. That is well within your right. Big Mac, I'm already on my beers. There we are, morning beers. And Drew's like, too evil. Do we have a too evil emote for cheersing? No, we don't have that. Maybe we'll add that to the list in the captain's log. We got the captain's log. Let's see. But we also had a request for the whale emoji. The whale wave emoji. Because we do the wave quite often in chat, so we want to see if we can maybe get a whale surfing or something like that. And Drew approves. The king of the mods approves. If Hachiko switches allegiances mid-game, then we'll give him a ban. Big Hog Hockey. It's even early for me. 1:25 p.m. right now. Yeah. Big Hog watching from the East Coast. And then another mod chimes in. Yeah, I as well support this Big Hog. Was I in that conversation? I just said the same thing. Canuck Clay! Yeah, popping by to say hello. Calvin's putting all the emojis in the chat so you guys can see that there. Dan, it's 1:30 a.m. here in the Philippines. I'm listening to your commentary and wait for Canuck Clay. Very cool, Dan. Very cool. Canuck Clay, welcome to the chat, everyone. Be sure to sub to his channel. What a great Canucks fan. Yeah, one of the goats of Canucks fans. All right, so the national anthems are over. Which means we're about to get underway here. So you make sure we update our scoreboards because we don't want to be Sportsnet. Well, I mean, we want to be Sportsnet, but we don't want to be Sportsnet scoreboards, right? Yeah, so Lankinen does get the start, which is good to see. Wow, that took me far too long to realize what you meant, wings for breakfast. Hey, it's early, man. You haven't had your coffee yet? Makes sense. And Big Hog's like, Dan Carlo, that's crazy. Here we are, 9:30 a.m. Well, we're at 9:40 now because nobody's moving quickly enough, so they are a little late. But nevertheless, Canucks are back underway against Detroit. There it is. Give you a countdown: 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. There it is. Canucks, Detroit, underway. Major Tao says, "Oh, sorry, it's Canuck Clay. We probably all sub you, but anyone who isn't will enjoy your content." And then Canuck Clay said, "Thanks, Major Tao." Dan Carlo, Big Hog Hockey. Don't worry, I will cheer them on. Yeah, Big Hog. Dan Carlo is locked in. Detroit came in offside, and then wins the ensuing faceoff. Tyler Myers misses the puck behind the net. Detroit collects. Quinn Hughes intercepts a pass. Now Myers battling behind the net. Hitting on Raymond there. Larkin behind the net. Skating all the way up to the blue line, dumping it down the half boards. Now Tyler Myers is behind the net again. With that long reach, poking the puck off the stick of the Detroit player. Teddy Bluger collects the puck, passes it back to Quinn Hughes, and Quinn Hughes puts it behind the net for Tyler Myers. And Detroit goes for a change. Mike Torrance in the chat. Welcome, Mike Torrance. Glad to see you're awake. Good luck, Canucks. Calvin, I am too, Clay. Soon when I can, I'll hit that join button too. Yeah, there we go. The Canucks get the first shot of the game, which is good to see. Puck was rolling a bit, but Cam Talbot making the save. We won't see another game where the Canucks don't get a shot until 7 minutes in or something like that. Dan Carlo, Canucks Clay, get me a shout out too, please. I'm your biggest fan. Canuck Clay coming on during the second intermission today. Oh, so the Canucks get the first shot of the game. Backhand off the side of the net. Oh, they just took the Canucks shot away and then gave it to Detroit or something. Things are weird on the scoreboard. Joshua brings the puck in offside. Tries to not play it, but then has to play it. Zachary, go Canucks, go. Calvin, yes, we are in Detroit. We're at the, what is it, the Little Caesar Center or something like that? The Little Caesar Center. Dan Carlo, Big Hog Hockey. I'm always locked in. Calvin, my two favorite teams, but isn't the same Detroit that I fell in love with. Yeah, they are a very much different team. The Iser plan seems to be taking a little bit of extra time to get going. So we got Desharnais out there. So we got DeBrusk and Besser and Pedersen. So DeBrusk, Besser, and Pedersen look like they are aligned together. We got a rugby game on the boards here. Pedersen in the corner now battling. Desharnais locking off the half boards there. 4 Canucks on the boards there, but can't manage to get the puck. Then Detroit collects the puck. Coach Rob Willie in the chat. Welcome, Coach Rob Willie. Nice to have you, brother. Calvin says, hey, Rob. Look at that. Big Mac subbing to the channel, giving himself the membership perks. Thank you very much, Big Mac. I appreciate you, brother. We've had you here since, I think, day 1, so that's awesome. Thank you very much for getting a membership, hitting that join button. I very much appreciate you, brother, Big Mac. Nice to see you again, and now you're a full-fledged mod and a member, so the double threat, Big Mac, everyone. Let's get some Big Mac hype in the chat. Calvin Miller can't be our only face-off specialist. Yeah, Ratch's been very good in the face-off dot as well. He had a bit of a rough game last game, but we'll see how he does this game. So we got Sasson, Heinen, and Ratu as line today. Detroit controls in the Canucks zone again. Big Mac, there we go, finally. Yeah, I don't know. I thought they had a shot, but apparently they did not. So now it's just, we still don't have a shot, so maybe I jinxed it. Sorry that took me so long. No worries, brother. It's only been a couple games. No worries. I don't even expect anyone to join the channel, but it's always fun if you do. It's always nice to get that support. And the more members we get, and the more we can get this number to go up. If we can get this number to 1,000, that's a huge one too. We get this number, the subscription list up to 1,000 people, then we can start making some ad revenue, and then I can start making more content for you. Big Hog Canuck Clay, love your review videos. Yeah, just saw his last one. It's a good one. Very insightful. Brock got moved to the third line. He got moved back up to what looks like the second line. So you got Pedersen, Brock, and DeBrusk now on the second line, I believe. Or that, I guess that would technically be the first line. But we'll see. We're kind of coming into the lineup blind today. Sherwood does well to make sure he kicks down his guy. Dakota Joshua in. Dumps the puck in, goes in for a body check. There it is. Yeah, so that line does stay the same. So we're going to say the second line is... I think the Detroit Red Wings are waking and baking, making cakes. But as usual, they've made their icing first. And we all know that will end terribly. Because they need to learn the rules. Learn the rules. Calvin, he must still be feeling it. He was injured, yeah. Dan Carlo's a big Canuck Clay fan. Big Hog, I feel bad for your wife, you being up at 9:30. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? I made her breakfast before the stream. Made some delicious breakfast wraps with some potatoes and sausages and eggs and cheese. And so I wanted to make sure that I took care of my wife before I started screaming at the television at 9:30 a.m. So, but she usually gets up before me anyways. She's one of those people who wakes up at like 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday. So, Big Hog starting the wave. Woo! Woo! Canucks game usually end at 1:30 a.m. for me. So starting at 1:30 a.m. is for Dan Carlo is crazy. Yeah, that's wild. KJ in the chat. Salutations all. Okay, the Canucks have now officially have their first shot of the game. Only 4 minutes into the game. And speaking of it, the Chaos Giraffe gets the second shot of the game for the Canucks. Talbot makes the save, covers the puck. Welcome, KJ, for this breakfast hockey game. Everyone's happy to see KJ, Big Hog, Big Mac, Calvin. Good morning. Mike Torrance, holy crap, an early shot on net. Yep. What happened to Joe Louis Arena? They sold the rights so they could make some money from Little Caesars. Yeah, so now it's called Little Caesars Arena. The Saints, brah, the man, the myth. A bunch of music. What? No sleeveless this morning? I don't know if you can see it. There's actually a giant hole in my armpit. Does that count? Don't tell my wife I'm wearing this shirt. She hates it when I wear holy shirts. Dave DeVilliers in the chat. Welcome, Dave. What's up? Or there's the other version. What are you doing? What are you doing? Major Tau. Big Mac, welcome to the team, bro. Big Mac, thank you. It's been so much fun since day one. Yeah, Big Mac's been here since day one. All the way back in the preseason. I came on last preseason game. Okay, yeah. So I can't, was that Edmonton or Calgary that they played the last game of the preseason? Yeah, Calvin's still bitter that Drew got the first membership. Big Hog says, I found Russell off an Edmonton Young Stars Classic game when the game was geo-locked. Yep. Doing my service as a pirate on the internet. Making sure that everyone could get it. Yeah, make Dobby the thumbnail. Game subs. I'd believe that. Well, Dobby is chilling beside me on the couch here, so maybe in a minute I can get him up here to say hello to you guys. Canucks have now taken a penalty. Detroit has pulled their goalie going 6-on-5. We got 13:37 left to go in the first period. Looks like Detroit's going to get the first power play of the game. Barry Kyle in the chat. Welcome, Barry Kyle. Nice to have you, brother. Yeah, looks like we're going to an intermission. Hey, Dobby, come here. Come. Hey, come here. Come. Let's bring this over here. Come to your papa. Oh, yeah. Here's Dobby. He is awake. He's chewing on his bone right now. But I thought you guys would like to see him. Here he is. The fluffiest boy in all the land. Just chilling out. It's so weird that whenever he's on stream, hanging out with you guys, he is such a chill bro. Like, look at him. He looks like just such a little muffin. But he's a little psychopath. And it's one of those things, right? Where it's like, no matter what, he'll never, it's like a toddler, right? Where it's like, hey, can you sing that new song that you learned? And the toddler will be like, no, I can't do it. And then as soon as nobody's around, the toddler's like, oh. That's Dobby. He's just like so chill. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Okay, I will let you go now. That's Dobby, everyone. The wee little troublemaker. Coughing up a hairball, apparently. Carson Soucy taking the first penalty of the game. I think early skaters aren't skaters. Think it's early skaters aren't skating well. That's a lot of skaters. Weak shot. And that one is almost a change-up. But Lankton managed to make the save anyways. Yeah, it's early. It looks like the Canucks are having a bit of a struggle getting their legs moving. Do hockey teams not do morning skates? Yeah, they don't do it. I doubt they were on the ice this morning. And it's also their third game in 4 nights, right? Well, it's their third game in 4 days, which I should say, because they played a night, then they played an afternoon, now they're playing morning, so it's wild. Good read by Sherwood to intercept that. Now he's actually in on a 2-on-1. Oh, and the puck almost went in. Now it's back in front of the net. That was wild. Puck just like disappeared. It was under Talbot. He scooped it to the side. It's come squeaking out. Sherwood brought it back to the front. Canucks do well to intercept the puck again, but Bransham can't get the puck out. Raymond gets a shot off. Lankton makes the save. It gets by him. The Canucks defense clears it out. This is getting the juices flowing. Who needs coffee? Just watch some of this hockey to start the day. Oh, I need coffee, that's for sure. 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Detroit. Sherwood battling on the boards now. Blocked in front. Great save by Blankinen. Coming across, making a blocker save. Dropped his stick too. Good stick by Heinen there to deflect that pass. Another good stick by Heinen to deflect another pass. Shot blocked in front to the corner boards. Detroit gets the puck to the blue line and brings it around the blue line. Lankinen with another save coming across the net, this time with a glove. Sherwood brings it gingerly to center and then drops it into the Detroit zone so the Canucks can change it up. Oh my goodness. The Shrek is watching from work. Don't let your boss see, Shrek. You tell everyone I say hey. Give a shout out to Sean and Sonica. Hey, Sean and Sonica, watching from Browns. We always suck against Talbot for some reason. Yeah. I wonder why. I kind of agree with that, Jacob. Yeah, Calvin, Little Caesars pizza is trash. KJ, our record against Detroit isn't good in general. No. Yeah, we went over that in the stats that you want, but you don't really need. that even a head save? I think that might have been a head save by Detroit. KJ agrees. Facts, Little Caesars, Garbanzo. Tried it once when I had the munchies, ruined my munchies. Big PK. Talbot got traded to Detroit. He played for LA. Dobberton. Calvin put in the Dobby in the chat. We're finest score now. But we always suck against Talbot for some reason. Yep. Vancouver Canucks have committed one of the worst sins in hockey and sent the puck down the ice for icing. I thought that maybe they understood the rule by this point in the season, but clearly they don't. Maybe it's because it's too early. They've forgotten. Learn the rules. Dobby. David W. Saw your email, brother. Haven't had a chance to respond, but good to have you in the chat, brother. It's a strange time for a Canucks game that starts on other than Saturday Pacific time to be broadcast across Canada on Sportsnet, to be on blacked out outside of the Canucks viewing region, but also for Sportsnet to broadcast nationally a Habs game that isn't Saturday Pacific time either yet. Sportsnet Pacific will ASAP after the Canucks Wings game is done shift coverage to weekend Habs Bruins and the Jets game. Sens, among other Canadian teams, will be in action a bit later, although the Raptors teams for which I cheer for will also be all in all a busy day for Canadian hockey and basketball teams. Suter gets a shot. Talbot with a stop. 10 minutes left to go in the first period. Soul Search Gurus. There, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Thank you very much, Soul Search Gurus. Much appreciated. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Good to have you. Welcome to Nothing is Perfect. I am Russell Holiday, and we're watching Vancouver and Detroit in a morning game, breakfast hockey. Puck given away right in front of the net. And Lankin is just like, don't worry, guys. I'll dig you out of this mess. Yeah, Susie had gone to collect his stick. And that's why the pass didn't get to him, because he didn't have a stick. Detroit puts it up front. Lankin makes a save. KJ Brazzy, I'm not reading all of that. Well, I read it all for you. Big Mac, thank you. Soul Searchers Guru. Mike Torrance, nice. 742. Yee. Slowly but surely. Big Hog, yeah, same. It's too early. Same, KJ. W looks like he's fresh out of the salon. Yep, he is. How did you know, Major Tao? I trimmed his nails and his paws yesterday, and my wife gave him the old brush down, so he's looking extra soft today. And he does. He actually feels very soft today, too. Jacob out here doing tongue twisters. There was a time I hadn't been a subscriber of any YouTube channels, but ever since have subscribed to dozens. Thank you. I appreciate that, David. A near shorty by the Canucks. Yep. Sherwood making it happen. Holy S. Lanky. And that's $1 in the swear jar. I was up at 6 a.m. for work today. Laugh out loud. You're working on a Sunday, buddy? Yeah, at least you got the swear jar out for the boys. Big Hog Hockey, NHL players re-experiencing youth hockey early games. Yeah. So funny, right? So many wild times for games back in the day. I mean, once you get into beer league too, then you're suddenly playing at like 11:30 on a Sunday night. You're like, what is happening? Major Tao, 100%. Jacob Lankinen is a G. On a Sunday, that's dead. Deadly. Huh. So Heronic does have some good numbers. The eye test isn't very good on Heronic, but Lanky stood on his head during the final minute of that Canucks power play when they had been so caved in. Wings almost scored multiple times. Yep. Lanky Def cross crease badge. Learn the rules. Learn the rules. KJ, hey! David W, 9-3 shots on goal for Wings favor with a bit under 11 to go. Now we're at 9 minutes and 22 seconds, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Shot from Detroit goes off a stick, out of play with 9:12 left to go in the first period. Paper says hi. Hi, Paper. Calvin Chilov's confidence has to be taking a massive toll on his playing ability. Yeah, we need him to get down into... Hey, Russell, am I allowed to post video links? What are you posting a video link for? That would be my first question. I'm calling 4-1 Canucks. So Major Taz calling a 4-1 Canucks win. I'm just hoping the Canucks can get some more shots. So now we got a line of Sherwood, Bluger, and Hoglander. Juleson scares me at times. Yeah, he does, but he's been a lot better lately, Jacob. He, Lankinen, how did he even see that shot? There's people falling in front of him and he manages to see it. Bluger on the half boards. Loses the puck. Detroit scoops it out to center ice. Yeah, Jules Spinza has been a lot better since he's been playing on a regular basis. So he was very terrifying to start the season. Yeah, I feel like if Lanky was in net in some of those Shilov's games, the Canucks would have had more W's. Yeah, it's possible. Me and Dustin talked about that last game too in the first intermission. He's been having a rough go, but I think he needs time to marinate the AHL. Quinn Hughes carries the puck in. Myers shot wide. Just misses the net though. Myers gambled, disrupts the play, and it ends up working out because he could see that he could get coverage from the forward. So I'm all right with that Chaos Giraffe move. If it didn't, then it would have been really bad. Rome in the chat. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rome. Welcome. Welcome to this breakfast hockey game. Off the side of the net from Detroit. Isn't Friedman better than Juleson? Friedman definitely has more experience. But Friedman just got called up. I think they just have him up here as an insurance policy at this point. Big Max says, sup Rome. Jacob says, feels like Juleson always scares me. Yeah, we'll see. Wait until he throws a nice big hit. That'll make you feel better. Joshua follows up, brings the puck into the Detroit zone. Rome says, hey, Big Mac, and says, hope all is well. Big Hog Hockey, in the future, we need an in real life meet and greet with Dobby and Russell. Yeah, we could do. Dobby loves people, so he'd be happy to meet you. Now he's having a little nap. Dobby's having a little puppy nap. It's only 10 a.m. because that's what puppies do. Oh, Sasson almost intercepted a pass, but it bounced over his stick. What a BS call that was. That's another one where the linesman just call it for some reason. Sasson would have been to that puck first. Why are they calling it icing? This is the time where I'm not even mad about the icing. I'm mad at the ref. The ref needs to learn the rules. Clearly the ref hasn't been studying his rule book enough. Can we get a copy of the rule book for the referee on that one? Darnay flips the puck. Can't quite get it out of the Canucks zone. Detroit keeps it in at the blue line. Ranstrom battling in the corner. Detroit at the blue line. Shot wide. Sasson on the half boards. Loses the puck. Ranstrom throws a hit. Good stick from Heinen. Heinen's stick has been so active tonight. Ah! Detroit collects the puck and scores the first goal of the game. Out shooting the Canucks 11 of 4 at this point. Taking the early lead. You hate to see it. 1-0 Detroit. 6 minutes and 3 seconds left to go. Salutations, Rome, Paper, Zachary. How's the game going? Not great. Canucks are being outplayed. Have a couple of okay chances, but yeah, they just got scored on too. Lankinen couldn't get across to that one. That was after the icing call that I didn't agree with, so we can blame the linesman for that one. Detroit opens the scoring. Yeah, Friedman might see some action, but I think he's up here as an insurance policy more than anything. So now Canucks breakout. Sherwood blows a tire and loses the puck, and Detroit carries it back out. Lankinen grabs that puck. Little Caesars Arena, 5:40 left to go in the first period. Gazoon tight. Big Mac, I have a physical swear jar, just so you all know, ever since we mentioned it. It's about $50 in it. That's hilarious. Spending a lot of time in our zone. Yep. Hey, can I get a shout out from Canucks Clay? I'm the biggest fan of you. Thank you. I don't know. I can't guarantee that he's going to give you a shout out, buddy. Jacob Cozy, better than Desharnais. Do you think that Friedman's better than the Desharnais? David W. TSN broadcasts most Jets and Sens games and Habs regular season games and some Leaf ones with blackouts of all such games other than that with NHL Center Ice, while Sportsnet blackout some games. Yeah, I mean, like, we don't get like any of those games here on the West Coast because the contract that TSN has with the NHL is for regional games only. So when they're playing Jets or Sens or Habs, we don't get them here on the West Coast. David, what part of Canada are you from? Are you from the East Coast or are you from the West Coast here? Yeah, no smut tapes. Connor Cahill, basically, I'm truly fascinated by the fall of a dynasty that is the Detroit Red Wings. The video gives a detailed yet hilarious description of where it all went wrong. Yeah, sure. I'm okay with that, Connor. Feel free to post that if you want to into the chat. Canucks Clay was in chat earlier. Yep, and he'll be stopping by during the second intermission today. Paper KM back. I'm back. I was setting up the PC to watch the game. Cool. Welcome back, Paper. Good to have you. It's like they're not feared anymore. Now they look easy to play against. They're like a bunch of schoolboys at junior level or something. Ooh, shot wide of the net. 5:30 left to go in the first period. Coffee's done. Ooh, I want to watch that. I haven't been keeping up with the hockey, so I know what happened to my favorite team. Yeah, that's a good one for you, Calvin. Connor Kale, I'd like you to see it as well. Anyone else here would be interested. Go, Cousin Myers. Call another one icing, even though it was a tie race. Canucks have not woken up yet. You got the third game in 4 days, and they're playing at 9:30 a.m. It's not a surprise the Canucks have had a slow start to this game. It's also not a surprise because they seem to have a slow start to every game. Yeah, Major Chow saying Detroit has been mad lately. Get the F out of here with that icing. Yep. $1 in. That's not icing. How is that icing? Don't throw the book. Throw the book. Throw the book. It ain't icing, yeah. The linesmen have not had their morning coffee yet. Can someone get some coffee for the linesmen? Maybe some glasses? KJ, damn. Calvin, Big Mac, do you really have $50 in the jar? Throw the book at the refs. I do. I use my tips to fund it. Off of a sticking out of play. 4:23 left to go in the first period. He was having a chat with the Brinket. The Brinket and Hughes, I wonder if they know each other. Running into each other in other situations. David W., the Canucks, Habs, retrospective Lankinen, she loves. Sam Montembeau, Cam Primo, one of those I'd rank second worst among Canadian teams with Sens, Linus Allmark, Anton Forsberg one. Rank as the worst, and just like that, the Canucks are down 1-0. Yep. Canucks cannot score first. Hughes on the blue line. Tries to get a puck to the front of the net, but it gets blocked. Now the Canucks on the forecheck. Bluger shoving his man down. Sherwood throws another hit. League leader in hits. Detroit controls in the Canucks zone again. Sherwood with a hit. And then Hughes way up at the blue line. Shot off the side of the net. Woof. Wowee. Wowee, wow, wow. KJ, I'm worried about our goalie situation at the Four Nations Cup. I still want to see Marc-Andre Fleury on that team. I don't care what anyone says. He's a Canadian legend and deserves to be there. Shot blocked in front. Ugh. Scoring first seems not to be a strong suit for the Canucks. The puck goes out of play at the Canucks bench again. 2:55 left to go in the first period. Yep. Canucks always let the other team score first. Canucks got them right where they want them. Exactly. That's how they drew it up. It's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let them score first. Joey said he can't play for us too. I also don't want Skinner in it because Connor is saving his record. Yeah, Joey Decord is, I think he lived in Canada or something, but he doesn't have a Canadian passport. So that's the rule, is if you don't have a Canadian passport, you can't play. So Joey Decord currently is not allowed to play for Canada at the Four Nations Cup. But it has been said that if he does get a Canadian passport, then he would be allowed to, but we'll see. Detroit ices the puck because they're fools and they don't understand the intricate rules of this game we call hockey. Oh, Max Sassen's dad is in the crowd again. Al Sassen hanging out, waiting for his son to do something. Our decor is worrying. Yeah, we're going to talk about some trade bait in our first intermission hit with Dustin today, Jacob. Some ideas on who we think might be a trade target for the Canucks. Drew, just like they drew it up. Thank God Chico isn't here to change his profile pic to the Wings. Yep. Chico's probably sleeping, stayed up too late working on some kind of a school project, I'm sure. Look down below. Besser collects it. Hughes try to get it, misses it. DeBrusque shoots it down to the other corner, but the puck bounces out. Detroit collects the puck. Joey Decord, Justin Hughes gets his Canadian passport. Yeah. Pedersen in slowly. Stops up, waits for some support, puts it back up to the blue line. Hughes takes it, skates down the half boards, right to the middle, drops it for Petey. Petey shoots and right into the shin pads of the person in front of him. Big Hog's like, put me at D. In an interesting move, Rick Tocchet has announced that Big Hog Hockey will be now playing on defense. Calvin, Big Hog, I wouldn't be mad because it's my two favorite teams. Big Hog, I banned Hachiko already, JK. Jacob, Detroit is a cool team, to be honest. Yeah, they've got some storied franchise. Big Mac W, legendary for a lot of years, yeah. I mean, Yzerman, Shanahan. KJ is the only reason why. Thanks, Russell. Yep, no problem, brother. KJ Brazzy, yes. I live in the Leafs viewing region where my TV... Yeah, so David, you'll get all those games. Here on the West Coast, we don't see any of those TSN games. Every single TSN hockey game is blacked out here on the West Coast. We don't get a single one of them. So don't forget what happened to Michael when he laughed at David Smut tape. I don't get that reference. Yeah, shots are 11-4. Just over a minute left to go in the first period. Laugh out loud. Here goes Zoe again. David, is he really your cousin? And Dave's like, 420, baby. Garland working hard. Tries to get the puck over to Joshua. Joshua had the puck in his skates, couldn't kick it up. Oh, and Detroit's Edmondson taking a penalty. You love to see it. This is the earliest game I've ever watched. Yeah, I think me too. Oh, yeah. So Edmondson hooks up Garland a little bit, takes the hooking call. Canucks go to the power play with just under a minute left to go in the first period. Ooh. Have some water now. I lied. There's 1-on-1 left to go in the period. So the Canucks will get at least a minute of power play time here unless they can score quickly here. First power play unit out. Garland back to the line for Hughes. Hughes on the half boards. Back up to the line for Hughes. Shot blocked. Pettersson with a good one-timer. And then Detroit blocks the shot and then gets it cleared down the ice. Lankinen collects it behind the net before Lankinen, or for Hughesy. Hughesy drops the puck. Pettersson skating in. Right through the defense and gets taken down. That'll be another call. That's got to be another call. There it is. The Canucks are going to a 5-on-3 power play after Pettersson skates right through the Canucks, and then looks like Hall got his stick right into Pettersson's feet, took him down, tripping. So now 28 seconds left. Yeah, Justin Hall just getting his stick into the... Stop complaining, Hall. You're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Go to the box. I'm way behind on chat. People's First back in the chat. Welcome. Yes, indeed, I did stay up late working on a paper about X-ray fluorescence. X-ray fluorescence. No blue line without Quinn Hughes on it with bottom tier. So the Canucks lose the faceoff, which isn't great. Puck goes all the way down the ice. So the Canucks are going to have to move quickly to try and get another shot before 20 seconds left to go in the period here. Hughes at the point. Garland gets a shot. DeBrusk in front. Detroit trying to act tough, shoving DeBrusk away. You're so tough, Detroit. Look at you clearing a guy who had absolutely nothing to do with harassing your goalie. Yeah, traffic in front, but wasn't blocking Talbot's face. So 8.1 seconds. They're gonna, if they win this draw, they can get another shot. But like I said, the Canucks have been struggling a little bit on faceoffs. Ratu does win it. Hughes over to Pettersson. Oh, that was a good play too. Pettersson down to Besser right on the side of the net. Tips it on net. And the whistle goes with 0.4 seconds left. So I don't know if there's enough time. But good play, good thinking. Going that kind of Sidney Crosby-esque tip on the side of the net. There it is. The end of the period. First intermission has begun. Let's go ahead and get our co-host for the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow queued up here. Give Mr. Dustin Boydell a quick call here on Discord. And we can chat about everything that happened. This is Nothing is Perfect. I'm Russell Holiday. 1-0 Detroit leads. Canucks will have more 5-on-3 time for power play starting the second period. But before we get to that second period, let's bring on, I guess I should be able to hear him too, Mr. Dustin Boydell. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. It's kind of weird to say good morning.
Right?
But here we are. Now it's only 10:20 in the morning and we're already through a first period.
I know. It's weird. I mean, the Canucks finally woke up to their last 5 minutes of that period.
Yeah. It looked like they were finally moving their feet. And I mean, even on that power play, Pettersson going straight through a couple guys, drawing another penalty to make it 5-on-3. So it's good to see that PD had a bit of legs there as well.
Yeah, the first half of that period was not looking like we were awake. As soon as we got the feet moving, generated 2 penalties. Of course, it's Garland first of all getting the first call there. What else is new? Every night the guy works his butt off. And Lankinen, as always, some big saves. And I guess I'm gonna start calling it up now. We're down 1-0.
Yeah.
Because we're on the road, and that seems to be where we're most comfortable playing. And I expect a comeback victory from our guys now.
We're just we're letting the team have a false sense of security before we pounce in the second period. It's a strat.
Yes, that's what we're gonna start calling it, because I'm frankly sick of giving up the first goal.
And it was even on that play. I mean, I'll give it up to Heinen's stick, because I think I called out Heinen blocking like 3 or 4 or even 5 passes across, disrupting play. He actually disrupted the play on that one. Unfortunately for him, that one ended up deflecting to a Detroit player. But I did like Heinen's play in that first period. Did you like him as well?
Yeah, I liked the fourth line as a whole. Actually, that goal against really was an unfortunate goal all around. It looked like Sasson beat out that icing race, and then losing the face-off in our own end, and kind of a pinball pass that finds its way onto the one open wing, the one open red wing there. It was just a perfect recipe for disaster. So overall, the play had been a kind of just boring and even up until that moment, and then Red Wings got some momentum off their power play, and then the Canucks started to generate some movement in their feet late, and I would expect hopefully we can make the most of our 2-man advantage here. I think we have 1 full minute of 2-man advantage coming right off the face-off in the second, and getting back tied, or even 1 goal ahead would be really nice.
Yeah, I'll give it up to Pettersson just in general, because even on that last power play, you saw first the play down right at the very end to Besser beside the net, that Sidney Crosby-esque tip. But then as well, just taking a slap shot, and it ended up getting blocked. But and I don't think I've said this to you yet this season, but sometimes you just got to start shooting, right? Like, make them block the shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And if you start slamming into people's shin pads and their legs and their hips and stuff like that, they might think twice before they get in front of that shot again, and then you're going to maybe get that puck through.
Well, except for the one person who did block Petey's shot there, surprise, surprise, Tyler Mott, just sacrificing his body for his team. Canucks fans became so accustomed to that for years. Sure would be nice to have someone like him on our team again.
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of got like Tyler Mott 2.0 with Sherwood. So
absolutely.
Now that we have somebody like that, I'm not as upset, but definitely Tyler Mott was a heart and soul guy for us for a long time. Any downs for you? Clear downs for you for the Canucks during that first period?
I mean, the energy. They got to find a way to start being ready for games. It can't take them 15, 18, 20 minutes to get into the game. I don't know what it's going to take. Even Höglander, given the starting lineup, you'd think he'd make the most of it and throw some hits. And, the Canucks were credited with 13 hits in that period, but it really didn't feel like we were playing our normal physical game where we're throwing the hits to separate the puck. It was just kind of, we're playing the body to play the body. So I hope we can get on them a little quicker in the second period and start forcing the play a little more like we're used to.
I'm starting to feel too, because it wasn't last year, but a couple seasons ago, the Canucks were having kind of the same problem. They were giving up a lot of shots, but what you were seeing is a lot of those shots were from like areas that you weren't worried about, right? There was lots of shots, but not a lot of high danger shots. And I feel like part of the first period, you saw Detroit getting those shots, but a lot of those were coming from the perimeter. A lot of those were coming from far out. So I wasn't too concerned about that. So, But still, I mean, what the shots ended up being at the end of that first period was 11-6. So still the Canucks, again, another period where they don't hit the double digits for shots. Are we just looking to have them maybe just start throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at the net?
Well, it seems to be what a lot of teams do around the NHL. It's by volume, right? But our coaching staff seems to have this high value on shooting percentage, where they want to keep the chances more high percentage and more high quality. But you run a fine line there. When does it start to feel like death by a thousand cuts? Yeah, the chances are low quality, and we're keeping them out to the perimeter, but we're giving up 40 shots a game. Sooner or later, one or two of those though are going to find the back of the net. And when you take the odds and the ratios, like, I'd rather take 3 goals on 45 shots than 1 goal on 10 shots.
Right.
That's just me.
Yeah. 3 goals is better than 1 goal, no matter how many shots you had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the Canucks can come out here, and they've got that, like we said, that 2-man advantage left in time to start the second period. So hopefully they can do something with that. I'm going to play a little video here for you, sir, before we get into our next talking point, because something happened at Rogers Arena last night. And so I'll play a little video. Yeah, this is coming from the Reddit page of Just Another Mark 604. It was WWE Survivor Series at Rogers Arena last night, and spontaneously JT Miller Check comes out in the crowd. I'm sure he saw that. You got to think he saw that. How good do you think that makes JT Miller feel, seeing the Canucks fans, even when when they're not playing, they're still thinking about him?
It's got to be great. He's done so much for the team and wears his emotion on his sleeve, and has been open and honest about his feelings and everything. So to have us supporting him in the building when it's a completely irrelevant event is nice to hear. But it also shows that we need to see more of that during the Canucks games, and get that loud crowd out there when we come home after we hopefully beat Detroit here and then Minnesota.
So, I mean, and one of the reasons we were going to talk about JT Miller today was because we did see reports coming out of New York that apparently the New York Rangers have reached out to the Canucks to see if JT Miller would be available. What are you hearing on that situation?
I mean, first and foremost, JT Miller's not going anywhere until he comes out and requests a formal trade or anything like that. JT Miller signed here because he said Vancouver has become his home. He wants to win a cup here, and he wants to help the team win. What's happening with JT Miller is a mental breakdown, where he has pushed himself so far emotionally to the limit that he needed a break. What's happening with New York Rangers is, I mean, GMs around the league, they have social media just like anybody else, just like any other fan. If they see rumors that there's unhappiness in the Canucks dressing room, or Miller and Petey might not be getting along, whatever media fire or rumor fire is being started by Canucks Nation, I'm not doing my job as a GM in the NHL if I'm not picking up the phone and calling and inquiring if there's any truth to that. So simply, that's just simply another GM doing his due diligence and reporters reporting. What needs to happen is no one needs to panic, and we need to be realistic about the Miller situation. It's simply a guy who needs a break, and we've all had mental health days, where it's been a hard day, or we've had hard months, hard years even, where we would love to take a break from it all, and some of us just aren't able to admit it. So we just need to keep supporting JT and hang on as a fan base. And when he comes back, hopefully comes back with a vengeance, like we've seen him many times in the past do before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's probably 31 teams that would love to have JT Miller in their roster, right? That aren't currently the Canucks, right? So
exactly.
News, but not really news. Don't panic. So the next one I wanted to chat with you about was the gargoyle, Mr. Connor Garland, because we've got the Four Nations Cup coming up to replace the All-Star game this year, coming up in February. And man, is he playing his way onto that American team?
He's playing his way into the conversation for sure. He's now up to 8 goals, 13 assists on the season. He drives the play every single shift he's out there because he goes to those dirty areas. His puck work and puck control along the boards. He's got to be very very high stats with giveaway versus puck control ratios. Saw it there again tonight when he was drawing that first power play of ours. Just the way he can keep control of the puck, win those battles, stay low and stay on his feet, and force the other players to take a penalty. Plays big for his limited size. He's the type of player you love to have on your team. The only issue he's kind of coming up against is the U.S. talent is the deepest it's been in years.
Mhm.
I mean, when you look at the projected roster for forwards, you got the likes of Cole Caulfield, Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel, any of the Hughes boys, Matthews, Miller, Robertson out of Dallas, the Kachuk brothers. So for him, even Brock Besser there, I didn't even mention Besser. And so the list is quite long. For him to be considered would be a true honor. And I hope he does get a look because he is having the best season of his career so far.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, wouldn't it be great to see a line of JT Miller, Brock Besser, and Connor Garland representing the United States have an all Canucks line? And a
that'd be
short
wonderful.
tournament like that, sometimes it's a smart thing to do, right? Because you got these guys who already have the chemistry. You don't have to worry about it. They'll be right in there, ready to go right off the bat.
And that is probably one thing that will push him up ahead of some other players. But then also you have the U.S. national development team where a lot of these guys played together as juniors coming up. So there is lots of history and pedigree with many of these players from the U.S. Already.
Yeah. So the next one, defense targets. So I put together a list. I sent it over to you. I'll just quickly run down the list. Got David Savard, Mike Matheson, both playing in Montreal. We got Marcus Pettersson in Pittsburgh. Got Mario Ferrero and Cody Ceci out of San Jose. Connor Murphy in Chicago. Cam Fowler in Anaheim. Ian Cole, who everyone remembers, playing in Utah this year. And then Nikita Zadorov, which I think is probably the most unlikely out of the bunch because of his contract in Boston. So looking at that list, are there any top candidates that you'd love to see the Canucks go after?
So it's difficult right now because we need a top line D-man, especially by all sounds of it, Hronek is going to be out a while, long term. We're talking like post trade deadline, hoping he's back for the playoffs type long term. With that being said, there's no real big fish UFA rental defenseman out there. So what I would rather like to see the Canucks do is go after someone like a Keandre Miller, which we've talked about a little bit when the defense trade rumors kind of started going. He's 24 years old. He averages over 21 minutes of ice time. He's an RFA at the end of the season, so you have a little more control over contract talks. And he's currently a 3.8 cap hit. So and he's younger. It gives you a little more longevity in the player. And then with the long-term relief for Hronek going after a rental forward, I think would probably be a better play for the Canucks, knowing that you could have Hronek back later. But of those that you did send me, obviously there are some good targets there. Ian Cole would be a quick, already knows the system, knows the coaching, knows the partner he would be playing with, would be a quick fit and a quick fix. If we could work out a trade with Utah, that would absolutely be a great Band-Aid for this defensive core. Brings veteran presence and is always defensively responsible. Other players like Cody Ceci help out greatly when it comes to penalty kill and things like that. But given the San Jose trending upward, I think they'd be a little hesitant to give up a player like that when they have Celebrini and that sort of thing going forward. What are you kind of thinking on this list? I'm definitely not even going to talk about Zadorov. That's just crazy talk if anyone thinks he's coming back here.
Well, I think the huge thing for me was, it was like if the Canucks get someone that you wanted to be a right side guy because that's where they're the most thin. So then for me, the list then becomes a list of 3, which is Connor Murphy, Cody Ceci, and David Savard. I think David Savard, he's at 3.5 million, not a bad cap hit. Decent size, 6'1", 235. He is a free agent at the end of the year, so it would be a rental. I feel like you might have to pay a little bit too much for David Savard at this point. And then Connor Murphy, he's kind of a guy who flies on the radar, but a big boy as well, 6'4", 212 pounds, also shoots right. He's got, and this would be one where they could keep him for another year because he's still got 1 more year left on his contract at 4.4. So a little bit of a higher cap hit than you'd like to see, but I don't think there would be any problem to have him slot in on that second pair. So yeah, and then, I mean, people laugh, but can you imagine if the Canucks ended up making a run with Cody Ceci and Desharnais both on the lineup because Edmonton had they essentially cast them out of town after their run last year. But when you really break it down, I was watching, Blake Price and on his show, he was interviewing and they were talking about Ceci's metrics and Ceci's numbers are not bad. And the thing is, in his career, Cody Ceci is always the guy who ends up getting started in the defensive zone. Like the majority of the time, Ceci starts from his own zone. So you're not going to see a lot of big numbers. And the cap hit's not too bad too, right? 3.25. No. He's 6'3", 210 pounds, shoots right. So that's what I'm thinking. Between those 3 guys, those would probably be the ones that would make me happy if the Canucks target those guys.
I would agree. And like Ceci and Desharnais, that was a big part of Edmonton's penalty kill, which went from being the best in the league last year to struggling real hard out of the gate. So
yeah,
Cody Ceci, definitely a good defensive partner and kind of brings that stay-at-home style guy you want to play with Hughes.
We didn't get to the Abbey Canucks, but we can hang on to them. We got 2 games to talk about because we haven't been able to talk about those games yet.
Yep.
And then we can chat about it during the post-game show.
Sounds great, man.
Cool. Talk to you soon, brother.
Absolutely.
Dustin Boydell. The Rusty and Dusty sideshow here on Nothing is Perfect. That's Dustin Boydell. I'm Russell Holiday. We're watching Detroit. We're watching Vancouver. They're battling together. Breakfast. The Canucks are coming into a 2-man advantage to start the period. Get the volume back on for me. You won't be able to hear it. Got it set up so you can't hear it. Thank you to Dustin for joining the show as usual. Let's see here. Let's get the scoreboard updated as we start here. About to get going on the second period. 5-on-3, Canucks win the faceoff to start. There it is. Second period's underway. 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Connor Garland controlling in the Detroit zone. Still got 47 seconds left to go in the 3-man advantage, or 2-man advantage. Pull the goalie. Let's make it a 3-man advantage. Into the front, and it just squeaks through. Pettersson taking advantage. Cam Talbot cannot control it. Canucks score! That's the way to start the second period, boys. You'll love to see it. Vancouver ties the game early. It was Pettersson down low up to Hughes. Hughes puts it down low to Pettersson, and then it looks like, oh yeah, okay. So DeBrusk gets a little tip in front. DeBrusk tipping it right between the legs of Cam Talbot, dribbles in, and the Canucks have tied the game. They still have a 5-on-4 power play because they scored during the 5-on-3. You love to see it. Drew Richards using the emoji. Matt saying, woo! Quinn Hughes passed Edler with that apple. Yep, there it is. Now the leading assist getter in Canucks history in like 500 games left. Quinn Hughes, an absolute beast. Calvin Charlie putting that goal emoji in the chat. The Canucks iced the puck on the power play. Oh. DeBrusk! What's happening? Is it offside? Maybe it was offside. I was reading chat. I didn't see. Zachary, 1-1. Big Hog, bang. Paper, woo. Jacob with the emojis in chat. Another power play. Yep. Next, we'll continue on the power play. Paper's like, but I'm still eating. And Big Hog's like, goal, goal, goal. Mike Torrance, woohoo. Matt's like, you love to see it. Hashtag you love to see it. And the Canucks, Big Hog saying, DeBrusk was a good signing. Yeah. I'm sure Boston would love to have him back, but we ain't giving him back. We ain't giving him back. He's ours now. DeBrusk with another goal. Canucks with another 40 seconds left to go. Pedersen trying to make his way through. Weak clearing attempt. Hughes with a shot. DeBrusk scores again! DeBrusk is sick! Second power play goal of the period. Canucks score! 2 power plays. 2 DeBrusk goals. You'll love to see it. Cam Talbot makes the original save. Can't control the rebound. DeBrusk scoops it out of his pads and scoops it into the empty net. Canucks take the lead. Make it 2-1. Good start to the period. Woo! Quinn Hughes, multi-assist games. Now has 70 plus multi-assist games. OMG. Bang. Mike Torrance. Woohoo. And then Drew's like, goal, 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 goal. He's a really nice guy. Zach says 2-1. Rome, I knew it. DeBrusk, baby. People's Yukon. DeBrusk is him. Shrek, do the dance. Do the dance. Do the dance. I don't know if, is that the dance? That was all Petey before that, by the way. Yeah, Petey is having a great game. Hattie watch for DeBruski is on. DeBrusk to get the Hattie. Drew Richards, the Canucks are a team in the National Hockey League. Yeah, I bet you Jake's Takes is working at the restaurant right now. WTF. It's Chase Talbot, not Cam. Is it Chase Talbot, not Cam Talbot? I thought it was Cam Talbot. Petey pulled to McDavid. Big hog. Goal, goal, goal. DeBrusk with 2 power play goals. That's the 22nd assist of the season for Quinn Hughes. He's going to get 80 assists this year. That's the first 5-on-3 power play goal the Canucks have scored this season. Now the shots are up to 11-9. So the Canucks have 3 shots and 2 goals in this second period. Puck at center ice. Garland rewinds, goes back into his own zone. Suter gets the puck down low. Garland out. Oh, tries to get about. There it is. Gets the puck out front. And then Suter gets a shot off, but goes wide. Can't get all of it. Must have healed it. Good pinch by Tyler Myers. Gets it right to the front. Dakota almost collects it there in the slot. Looks like Tyler Myers is reading this game really, really well right now. Tyler Myers pinching at the right time. You guys like my coaster, by the way? Major Chow in the chat, giving out the subs. Steve Watts gets the gifted membership from Major Chow. Congratulations, Steve Watts. Thank you, Major Chow. I appreciate it. You love to see it. Major Chow, Santa Claus, St. Christmas here, giving out the subs, giving out the memberships. Santa strikes again. Talbot. Yeah, let's confirm that because right now somebody's saying it's not Cam Talbot, which is probably very accurate. So we'll see. For some reason, I thought it was. Where is it here? Talbot with another save. Game summary. Detroit. Foster. Not the Detroit Pistons. Desharnais with a long shot. Talbot with the save. But which Talbot is it? Major Tao with another gifted sub. 2 goals, 2 gifted subs from Santa Claus, aka Major Tao. It is Cam Talbot. It's Cam Talbot, bruh. I knew it. Major Tao, I appreciate you. Putting Dobby through college, supporting the channel, working hard on a Sunday, but still taking time out of his day. Dobby's like, yeah, thanks, Major. Dobby's stoked to go to college. He's going to become a veterinarian. Shots are now 13-11 for the Canucks. Arriving at 10:30 in the morning. Finally woken up. Backhand from Detroit goes wide. Major Tao, Santa Claus in the chat. Yeah, the Canucks scored so quickly that Major Tao had to do 2 subs for 2 quick ones by the Canucks. Hughes with a wrist shot off a stick and out of play. Whew. A lot happening to start this game. Or start this period. Canucks, like we said in the first period with Dustin, all of a sudden, the Canucks have woken up. But I mean, like we talked about, the Canucks have been having some slow starts, but especially a 9:30 start for a Western Conference team is going to be tough. So it probably just compounded the fact that the Canucks had some slow starts. Hoglander got hit by the puck. Myers collects the puck in his own zone. Come here, Bubby. Hughes up to Hoglander. Hughes going to the front of the net. And Hoglander got the puck to a good... Oh, and then Hoglander takes a penalty. Hoglander goes and mugs the ref. Big Mac, sorry I missed the goals. Was showing my sister my new bunny. Oh, Big Mac with a new bunny. Hoglander tripping. Good way to kill the momentum, brother. And that's why you're not getting a lot of minutes. He doesn't like the call, but you put your stick into a player's skates, and that's what's going to happen. You give the guy an opportunity to dive, and all of a sudden, your team's killing off a penalty. And you killed the momentum. Jake DeBrusk is feeling happiness. Major Tao, yo! Oh, yeah, and then who was the second one who got the gifted? Mike Torrance getting the gifted sub from Major Tao. Mike Torrance, finally somebody who chats in the chat. Mike Torrance is a full-fledged member of the Nothing is Perfect stream. Wrist shot misses the net off the half boards, comes out to the blue line. Detroit collects the puck on the half boards. Susie there with Suter, and then the Canucks manage to collect the puck, shoot the puck all the way down the ice into the corner, so Cam Talbot can't even play the puck because it's outside of the trapezoid. The gifted membership goes to Mike Torrance. You'll love to see it. Where's Dobby? Dobby's having a nap. Liking the forecheck for the boys. Another W from Major Tao. Petey's been diving in, having forwards on him, making the nice pass. Yeah. Jakey's 9th goal this season. Do you think Jake got his Oreos in the first game? Yeah, we did see a video of Jake DeBrusk in Boston. A fan was like, I'll trade you a game puck for some Oreos. And then he did get some Oreos. This is great to see. I think Jake DeBrusk likes his Oreos. People's first. Jake DeBrusk will get 3. Lankinen with another save. I think the Canucks just needed a rest. Yeah, that little rest they had sit in the locker room. Now they're feeling better. Big Hog, PK. Mike Torrance, weak call. Yeah. DeBrincat with a shot. Lankinen with a save. Lankinen making saves left, right, and center. 15 seconds left to go in the Detroit power play. Rasmussen tries to pull it past Lankinen, but misses the side of the net. 5 seconds left to go. Another save by Lankinen. Weak clearing attempt by Heinen. DeBrincat scores. Canucks couldn't clear the puck. DeBrincat slams it into the back of the net. Detroit has tied the game on the power play. Thank you, Hoglander. Thank you. Brutal. Heinen. After giving Heinen some props, puck bounces on him. And then, yeah, even looks like a couple Canucks got their stick on that, slowed it down, and DeBrincat had the easy, slow pass to blast into the net. I would never add Big Hog Hockey. You're on our top 6. Don't trade me. We should trade Hog. And Big Hog's like, no, don't trade me. Sorry, Hog. Costs our game, unfortunately. Hoglander is an interesting name. Yeah, Hoglander is from Finland. Cam Talbot at the bench for some reason. Looks like Detroit's making a goalie change. Cam Talbot coming out of the net. Wonder if he tweaked something. Yeah, no, Lankinen fault there. Getting peppered. Yeah, he made a bunch of saves there. And then that one was just like right across. So now number 35, Husso, coming to the net for Detroit with Cam Talbot leaving the game. He's got a 4.94 goals against average and a .811 save percentage, and he's 0-2 on the season. So only his third game of the season looks like. Yeah, that was Heinen. Major Tal's like, boo! That's okay. Sherwood was close. Bro, Connor Bedard's stuck. Yeah, poor Connor Bedard. So the Canucks need to get some shots right off the bat because you got a goalie who hasn't had any kind of a warm-up, who's been sitting around for the whole game. Good pinch. Garland in front to Dakota Joshua. Can't get the puck to go in. Dakota Joshua throws a hit. Detroit clears the puck all the way down. And that's going to be an icing call. Detroit, do you need a copy of the rule book? Here, let me get you a copy of the rule book. Hey, Detroit? How about it, huh? There it is. You got some of the rule book there for you. Because if you put the puck in from your own side of center all the way down the ice, boom, it's called icing. And it's not the tasty kind, okay? Another Canucks defensive breakdown to be decided whether the play will be reviewed. I mean, kind of unlucky. Another unlucky moment for the Canucks. Heinen couldn't get that puck out, and all of a sudden it's back in the Canucks net. Canucks controlling. Oh, whiffs on a shot. Swing and a miss. Which you don't see very often. DeBrincat. Besser controls. Up to Hughes. Hughes has the puck go past him. Pettersson fills that role on the defense. Collects the puck. Skating down low. Loses the puck on the wraparound. Detroit puts the puck down the ice. Not enough for icing. What happened to Talbot? Talbot tired. Looks like he's hurt. Sasson takes a shot. Husso grabs the puck, gets a stoppage in play. Sasson with a good shot. 11:47 left in the period, and we're going to our first commercial break. That means Talbot's hurt. Hope he's okay. Yeah, Talbot was one of those guys that we thought maybe would play for Canada at the Four Nations Cup. My wife is wandering around. She's smiling at me. It's hard. It's distracting me, you know, because I love her. I love my wife. She's working on her master's application today. Husso sucks. Yeah, he has been having some rough times, but Husso has been known to pull some rabbits out of his hats too. So it'll be interesting to see. Hey, that's Demko's number. It's my number too. Let's see. Actually, here, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab my jersey because it's funny. This is my old jersey. Number 35. And if I show you the front, you're going to, yeah. Do you see how cool that is? I actually got the bar printed on my jersey. That's pretty wild, eh? You've never seen a jersey that has a bar printed on it, eh? We're called the Raging Leprechauns. I was the captain of this team. And number 35. Wearing the goalie number as a forward. Isn't that weird? But that's because I got the number 35 as a child and didn't realize that it was a goalie number. So I just kept on wearing it. It's funny, right? Oh, there it is. Jason Hawkins in the chat. Welcome, Jason. Always good to have you. Hell yeah, you were. Number 16 was an anchor for that team. Jason, you were my prodigy. Jason Hawkins also played on that team, number 16. Yeah, Jason had the hands. If there's anything you could say about Jason's play, it was that the hands were really good and close. Looks like Detroit has now taken another penalty. Ref hand in the air. Cross-checking call against Gustafsson. Yeah, number 56, Gustafsson, taking the penalty. Drew says, morning, Jay. And then Big Mac says, sup, Jason Hawkins. Yeah, Jason, ha ha ha. His hands in front of the net, but no feet. Dang, a captain. Well, that's how I got this, right? I had to have the captain's log to go with my captain's jersey. Big PP energy. Big PP energy. Jason says, what's up, Big Mac? Zach says, Vancouver PP. Big Hog says, big PP energy. The Canucks win the faceoff so hard it goes all the way down the ice. Jason Hawkins says, Drewski. Big PP for Jake. Yeah, can you get a hat trick on a power play? Let's see. Let's find out. Canucks control. Garland across to Besser, has to take it off his feet. Back to Besser. Besser on the half boards. Puts it back up to Hughes on the blue line. Hughes tries to do a one-touch pass. Can't get it to go. Pettersson couldn't get the puck to go. We got chaos. Besser with a shot. There was some chaos there. It was like a whiff pass. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Drewski putting the heart in the chat for Jason. OMG, Sassen's dad. Big Hog. I love Big PP. Whoa, pause. Yeah, you love big power play. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Major laugh out loud. Major pause. KJ, oh, Russ got the C. I'm actually getting annoyed with Hoglander. Yeah. He has a tendency to take bad penalties. Canucks collect the puck. Pettersson, good play off the boards. Hughes controlling on the blue line over down to Pettersson on the half wall. Cross to Garland. Garland can't control the puck. Puts it down low to Besser. Garland in front to DeBrusk. DeBrusk couldn't control it. Pettersson back to Hughes. Down to Pettersson on the half boards. Cross to Garland. Garland back up to Hughes. Hughes with a shot. Puck in front. Just wide. Puck goes a ring around the boards out to center ice. Canucks could not control it. Garland trying to get it down low, but Larkin collects and fires it all the way down the ice. 10 minutes left to go in the second period. It's a fast-moving penalty period right now. Oh, number 35. Yes, Mrs. Captain, get her on. My wife does not want to be on stream. Joshua tips it. Got the second power play unit out here now. Myers puts it to the front. Blocked in front. Myers collects it again. Puts the puck over to Sherwood. Sherwood tries to get it off the post. Myers whiffs on a shot. Detroit shoots the puck all the way down the ice. But the penalty was already over. And thus, it will be an icing call. Let's get them a copy of the rule book. Can I see your wife? No, Paper, you can't see my wife, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, and Big Mac, you're gonna need a bigger jar. I think there was one photo I showed you guys very early on in one of the streams of our wedding, but that was the only time you ever got to see her, so. See your wifey. No paper. Vancouver Canucks game is Minnesota Wild at 5 p.m. Yukon time. Okay on Tuesday. Yep. Now the Canucks have answered an icing call with another icing. It's weird to see. Poor Shilov's just sitting. Shilov's wants to play. Muff shots, miss passes. Oh yeah, right off the post there. Sherwood misses a pass and then, or misses a shot on a whiff and then manages to get a shot off, hits the post, and then he's beating himself up on the bench. Oh no, Garley got hit in the head with the puck. Minnesota's going to be a tough one, yeah. After the icing call, the Canucks lose the faceoff. Detroit gets a shot. 9:06 left to go, and they will take a break and go to commercials. No, Garland. Yeah, I think Garland's all right. Oh no, Myers whiffed on it. Yeah, you can tell it's a morning game because there are some weird fans and weird like passes. That whole sequence on the blue line with Hughes whiffed on a pass. Detroit tried to poke the puck. That ended up getting whiffed on as well. And then Pettersson tried to do something and he whiffed on it and then ended up in front of the net somehow. It was like absolute chaos. Columbus gave up for a lot for him. Columbus gave up a lot for him. So Columbus traded a check. So they got a lot back. What's with the ice in Detroit? I mean, let's see. Was there a Detroit Pistons games last night? Detroit Pistons. Yeah. Was it in Detroit though? Yeah, there was literally a basketball game at the arena yesterday, Drew. That's something you always got to check. Detroit was playing the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was a game yesterday. So basketball game last night or yesterday, meaning that the ice is going to be terrible today because as soon as that basketball game's over, they're quickly taking everything off the ice. They actually have like a layer on top of the ice for the basketball court. So I would not be surprised to see some really terrible ice. What's with all these fan pucks? Big Mac putting some rule books in the chat for Detroit and Vancouver as they both ice the puck back to back. What's happened to Garland? Heard he got donked. Heard that donk on the post. Not Garland. No! You should see the size of my swear jar I got. Did you get like one of those like giant pickle jars? Is it like one of like massive like 40-liter jars or something like that? Oh, puck to the front of the net. Lankinen makes a good save. To brink it with a shot. Sherwood collects the puck. Canucks, if they hurry, will have a 3-on-2. Hoglander puts the puck to the middle. Gets it back to the front. Oh, and Sherwood tips it on net. And then Husso with a good save coming across. Now, Juleson leaves the puck. Detroit intercepts it. Susie working hard in the corner, gets the puck down low. And then Juleson flips the puck to center ice. 8:25 left to go. Drew, it's trash at Little Caesars Ice. Had like 5 liters, I'm ready. 5 liters of swear jar. Learn the rules. How many icings have been in this game? I would say there's been at least a dozen icings so far this game. Heinen misses the net. I feel like Heinen might score tonight. You all stretch. It's still morning. It's still 11:04 in the morning. Ratu at the blue line. Puts the puck to the front. Doesn't get through. The party never ends at Little Caesars Arena. Calvin, I love Joe Louis Arena. I'm pretty sure, is this the same arena? Didn't they? I think they just did a renovation. I think they just renamed it. Energetic today. Energetic. Calvin Charlie, it never ends. Hoggy ruined all our momentum. Yep. Seeing Max Assam dad makes me smile. Yep. Edison tried to get it at the front of the net. Gets blocked. Hughes gets it down low for DeBrusque. DeBrusque puts it behind the net for Bester. Comes out front. Right through the crease. Hughes controls on the blue line. Drops it. Pedersen, high slot, shot, just wide. Hughes might have gotten a piece of that. Quinn Hughes collects the puck at his own blue line. Canucks move it right back up the ice. Pedersen with a spin move, passes over to Bester. Bester gets it down low. The Canucks have started changing. Now the Detroit will also change, so Hughes has a little bit of time to skate the puck out. Suter tips the puck down low. Dakota Joshua in on the forecheck. Manages to come out with the puck. Sherwood puts it down low. Susie moves in to pinch in to get the puck down low. Dakota Joshua battling on the boards on the other side now. Sherwood gets hit. Susie gets hit. But keeps the puck down low. Sherwood keeps the puck down low. Now Husso's lost his stick. There's sticks all over the ice. Oh my goodness. Almost a lead pass for Confer. Juleson knocks the puck out to center ice. Sherwood dumps it down low and the Canucks will start to change. Yeah, it's quite the operation. Gotta love hockey. Gotta make a pond play. Oh, Hoglander over to Bluger and couldn't get it to go 5-hole. It was a 2-on-0. Now the Detroit in with a good stick. Branson with a great stick. Now the Canucks. Things have opened up here. Max Sassonen shoots just wide. Desharnais comes in. Desharnais on the forecheck. The burly defenseman. Now Hoglander loses the puck. Hoglander tried to make a move instead of making a smart play. Loses the puck again, killing the momentum. Both teams look like they've woken up a little bit. Some back and forth action, up and down, pond hockey. Did anyone see the picture of the pond where we first ever hockey was played? No. Where'd you see the picture? Canucks is doing good. Yeah, they're picking it up. 36 beautiful humans in chat. We're happy to have you. Please make sure you support our Captain Rusky with subs and likes. Thank you, Drewski. I appreciate that. You are some beautiful humans, aren't you? In here for some breakfast hockey. Max Sassen's dad is always there for him. Yep. Canucks ice the puck. Whoops. 4 minutes left to go, and the Canucks decide to ice the puck. Is the cake already cooled? It's time to start icing the puck. Luger just tries to slide it right through. Can't get it to go through Husso. So Hoglander with a good pass up, but then immediately takes it on the half boards and gives the puck away. So not what you want to see. .401 left to go. 2-2. Shots are now 17-18. So the Canucks now have 11 shots on the period. So that's good to see. Shot wide by Detroit. Puck goes off the end boards and all the way down the ice. It'll be allowing the Canucks to get a change on. Big Mac making sure that they get a copy of the rule book. Good job by Myers to take the player, going to the net. Paper's telling them to learn the rules. I agree. Susie is kind of bad now. Susie's been doing better the last couple games, so. Heinen steps around his man, skates in. Past the middle for Sassen. Sassen's shot is blocked. Playing with my chin here. Ratu on the forecheck. Sherratt gets the puck out to center ice. Good job by Juleson to hit his man, stopping the play, but then the puck comes back up to the man he just hit. Susie can't get the puck in the corner. Larkin puts the puck up to, oh my goodness. Lankinen has the puck go over his head, over the net, and out. Canucks dump it in. Husso stops it behind the net. Sasson on the forecheck. Suter there too. Canucks are changing. Rasmussen. Dakota Joshua at center. Got Suter, Garland, and Joshua out there. Desharnais and Brandstrom. Detroit ringing the boards. Puck around the out perimeter. Suter pokes it. Canucks have a 2-on-1. Sherwood and Suter. Shooter shoots. Scores! Canucks score! 2-on-1 with Sherwood. And then Suter makes the choice to keep the puck and shoot it right past Husso. Woo! Canucks lead. Love to see it. Good work by Suter in his own zone. Gets the puck. Looks off to Sherwood and then just shoots the puck. Glove side on Husso. Boom. Right past that blocker. That's Suter's 9th goal this season, I think. That's wild. What a shot. 2-on-1 for the Canucks turns into a goal. Hachiko in the chat. Paper saying, yeah, boom. Calvin Skinner is only as good as McDavid. Drew with the goal emojis. Mike Torrance, woohoo! And then Big Max putting his new goal emojis in the chat. Boom. Big Hog's like, bang. And then Jacob's like, I love Suter. And Matt's like, woo! Detroit controlling. Canucks make it a 3-2 lead with 1:56 left to go. Suter has a lethal shot. Murphy, where can I watch the match? Murphy, welcome. You can watch on Sportsnet or Sportsnet Plus or Center Ice. What we do here is we just talk about the game. We're watching it together. So, but we will give you updates. You got the scoreboard here on the side, and I do a little bit of play-by-play here and there. So, Murphy, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, Murph. Then Major Tau keeping up the trend with that gifted sub. Gifted membership going to, there it is, Big Hog Hockey with the gifted membership. Mod and member. Look at that. Santa Claus, a.k.a. Major Tau, in the chat. Another Canucks goal, another gifted membership, and this time it goes to Big Hog Hockey. Oh my God, thank you, Major. You love to see it. Just under a minute left to go in the period. Look at that. Another gifted sub from Santa Claus himself, Major Tau. 33 seconds left to go in the second period. 26 seconds left to go in the second period. Shots are 19-18 now for the Canucks, so a lot of shots this period. Good play by Susie in front to prevent that pass from going in. Oh, some action here in the second period. After a bit of a snoozer there in that first intermission, it's good to see that the Canucks have woken up here in the second. There it is, end of the period. So let's update this scoreboard. And then we will go on to our second intermission guest. Scoreboard here, second intermission. Because as we always say, we don't want to pull a Sportsnet and have a bad scoreboard here. Second intermission has started. Cool. Awesome. So we're very excited for what I'm about to tell you guys here. You might have seen him in the chat a little bit earlier today. He is, if you guys didn't know, this man won the back-to-back Ultimate Canucks Fan Year Award. He's been creating Canucks videos on YouTube since April 12th, 2010. He's also been live streaming on YouTube since October 11th, 2018, when he had over 3,000 subscribers at the time. Today, he's made over 3,500 videos. He's had over 5.1 million views. He's over 11,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I am very grateful, very honored for having him joining the stream today. I'd like to introduce you to the living legend, Mr. Canucks Clay.
Hey,
How's it going,
Russell,
sir?
how are you?
Good, good. How are you doing today?
Things are great. Thank you for the wonderful intro, and thank you for having me on. And truly a big fan of what you are doing on your channel as well. So keep it up, man. It's really, really good.
I appreciate that a lot. So let's start off. Whenever we have somebody on the channel, we always like to start off by talking about what your favorite Canuck player is of all time. So if you had to choose, because I mean you've been watching them for years, if you had to narrow it down to one guy, who would be your favorite Canuck of all time?
All time, Russell, it's Roberto Luongo. I loved him when he was here. The captaincy didn't work out so well, as you know, but part of the so many characters on that 2011 team. That's also the same season I became a season ticket holder. So I've always loved the goaltending part of it. I'm not a goaltender myself, but I just loved him. And then when he left, when he got traded, I wrote a couple songs for him. That's part of my shtick on YouTube as well. And he actually reached out to me by DM, Russell, and said, thank you for the classy song. And then finally I got to meet him full circle a couple times, but I met him when he was here for his retirement ceremony. So all to say, very classy to me. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but happy for him that he got his cup. And he's my favorite player, Canucks player of all time.
I mean, without a doubt, he's got to be the greatest Canucks goalie of all time, right?
Yeah, I know. And Kirk McLean's got his fans, and Brodeur, like every Canuck Cup team. I know they had their goaltender that was very important, but I do think he's the best for sure.
Sure. I actually got to meet him back in the day. I used to sell Canucks for Kids 50/50 tickets at all the games. I went to a lot of those. Yeah. So, and I knew that at one point he was doing his pregame ritual where he'd be in the stands, right? And he'd be having his coffee and stuff. And so little, teenager me was like, oh, I'm just going to pop in. And I've met some, Canucks over the years, but that time I was almost dumbfounded. I could barely get my words out of my mouth. Hi, Mr. Luongo, but he was very nice, very gracious. So yeah, great.
That's
guy.
Awesome. Do you remember what you said to him, Russell? Do you remember what you said?
I stuttered it out. I hope you have a good game tonight, sir. And he's like, thanks, Russell. Yeah.
That's not bad for a teenager. That's no word whiskers. That's not bad. That's not bad.
So then let's move on to your favorite Canucks moment, because obviously we've seen a few, but if you had to choose out of all the different times you've watched the Canucks, if you had to pick a moment that really made your Canucks fandom tingle, what would that be?
So I mentioned the 2010-2011 season was my first season as a full-time season ticket member, and what a season to come in. So it was Burrows slaying the dragon. I was there with my best bud Mike, my season ticket partner, when Jonathan Toews scored it shorthanded. A minute and a half left against all odds. That whole 17-minute intermission, Russell, silence, like the whole arena. No one went to the washroom. No one grabbed a drink. We were all in shock, but it was that nervous, I think I'm peeing my pants silence like while we were watching. And then sure enough, that overtime started. I think Burrows took a penalty. I think Luongo had to slide across thank God Patrick Sharp didn't get all of his shot. You remember all that? Mm-hmm. And then it went down the other way. And a couple minutes later, Burrows intercepts the puck off the glass, and the rest is history. So I was blessed to be there for that. Blessed to be there for the stanchion goal, and of course, all the final. But for what it meant and for how it, I guess, springboarded the team to the rest of the playoff run, it was definitely that Burrows moment, that Burrows goal for sure.
Yeah, that was the game I went to in that series as well, because what I do when I buy Canucks tickets in the playoffs, I always end up buying game 7 or whatever the last game would be. Because I find the first couple games, they sell out really, really quickly. But if you buy a couple games down the road, because obviously if they don't make it to that game, you're going to end up getting your money back anyways. So for me, I bought game 7, but then we all remember it too. The Canucks were up 3-0 in that series. The Chicago Blackhawks come by back in the series to tie it 3-3. So at that point, I'm like, do I just sell this ticket? Like, do I want to be there for the greatest collapse in Canucks history? And then, like you said, during that intermission between the third period and overtime, it was dead silent. Like nobody knew what to do.
Exactly. And you make such a good point though, because season ticket members, and I get it, it's a blessing to have it. People choose to spend their time, energy on money and whatever they want to. And that's what I choose to do, as you know, with my channel, and I have no complaints about it. But a lot of people, Russell, they sell their regular season tickets to go to playoff games, and others do the opposite. They sell their playoff games so they can play off the regular season. So, no judgment, everyone to each his own. But I know for me, I try to, it's not a money-making venture for me. I like to go to as many games as I can, meet people like you and other people in the community. And then I like to go to playoff games too, because I want to be there to see those amazing moments.
Yeah. When Burrow scored, I cheered so hard and so loud that I literally blacked out and fell over and slumped over in my seat. The next thing I remember, I was looking at the roof of Rogers Arena and I was like, was this a dream? But
well, I hope you fell backwards, not forward. That's the main thing.
Just in those nice comfy seats there. So yeah.
Love it.
Wild moment. So let's talk a little bit about your channel too, because like I said, you've been doing it ever since 2011. I think you kind of started things off with because obviously Vancouver had the Olympics. So I think that was kind of the first stuff I saw on your channel. What was that like covering the Olympics for such a big games for Canada as well?
Yeah. And Russell, I really, truly, I appreciate the research that you did. Yeah, when I started my channel off in 07, it was actually to cover my kids growing up and then my church work. So I would call it a channel about faith, family, and ministry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just a way to document my kids growing up. And then you're right, the 2010 Olympics came, did daily vlogs then, and that was kind of my first foray into daily vlogging. And because my workplace was right outside BC Place, I was right in the middle of all the street parties and the open houses and everything like that. Going to the closing ceremonies, not going to any of the Canada games, too expensive, but just being around. And that kind of, I guess, got my itch going for vlogging. And then, of course, it was the hockey, the playoffs. And I still didn't do daily vlogs then. It was kind of throughout the 2010s. The teens kind of thing that I was doing sporadic game reviews or previews, blah, blah, blah. A lot of parody songs, 36 on the channel. Some of them, 36 of them all cringy, but still proud to do them. And then really it was, as you said, 2018, I started to do it more seriously. And then COVID happened. And I was I want to say the only one, but I certainly was, I think, the innovator when it came to daily streaming post-game, because no one was going to games, home or away, but I was on right away. After the game, breaking it down. And then once it opened up again, it was, I can't do post games all the time now because I'm at a lot of the games or whatever it would be. So I've settled into this thing where I'm doing 5 nights a week now, as you know, at 11 p.m., kind of feeling that old sports page, Sportsnet connected niche. And I really like that time and place for me.
So I wanted to ask you too, because I was watching earlier, because you did a 24-hour stream earlier this season. How do you? That's correct. How much work does that take? Because you had a lot of big names on there too. You had Dan Murphy and Ian McIntyre and a couple other content creators. What was that experience like, broadcasting for 24 hours straight? Yeah.
Thank you, Russell. And I apologize to everyone in the chat. It's awesome that you have 40 people in there right now. So this might get a little bit technical or nerdy, but I know Russell would appreciate this because of everything that you do and your background. So this is my second time I've done my 24-hour live stream, and it wasn't to raise a bunch of money or it was more just to celebrate the start of a Canucks season. So I did it 3 years ago in October, and then this year over Thanksgiving weekend. The actual technical side was pretty easy. I didn't have anyone helping me or whatever, because I just used StreamYard, and it was, and very simply, it was like clockwork. I bring the guests on for half an hour at the top of the hour, do a wrap up, 10, 15 minutes, and then do a 5-minute break. And I just repeated that almost 24 times. And then I did spend about a month tracking down people like Dan Murphy, Jeff Patterson, Rick Dollywall, Ian McIntyre. Very blessed. These guys are all really helpful. They know I'm not trying to take their job. They know I'm not good enough to take their job, and I don't want to take their job. There's so much room, and as you've seen, your channel is growing pretty steadily, and I'm so happy for you. There's a lot of space for content creators, Canucks content creators, and we should all be supporting each other. Like Nuckhead and Diener HD and these guys, they blow me out of the water now when it comes to subs, because their content and their technique is a little bit different than me. They do really snappy highlights, as you know, great voiceovers. They know their stuff, and people eat that stuff up. I don't have the time nor the expertise to do that kind of thing. I'd rather show my ugly mug on the stream every time I'm on, and that's kind of like my thing. So I took one of my 1-hour live streams. I made it 24 hours, did a fun couple games, features. My kids were slapping me in the face with a tortilla at 3 a.m, that kind of stuff. And I don't take myself too seriously. I think you can tell I know my stuff. I like articulating my what I know, but I don't take myself too seriously. And I think that's kind of the vibe that I bring. The whole positivity thing, it's not a shtick. It's who I am. Maybe some people think I'm too idealistic or too optimistic, but I want this to be fun, and I want to cheer my team, not complain about every single thing they do.
Yeah, I mentioned to one of my coworkers at my day job that I was having you on, and she actually, oh yeah, I kind of know him through a couple people in the church community, and she just said, oh yeah, Canuck Clay Yamu is just such a nice guy, and that's the general consensus throughout the Canucks fan base, that you're a great guy, and you're showing it by showing up today.
Message me that name later, and I will send her like $5 to Starbucks or something. Thanks, man.
So the last thing I wanted to ask just is like the balance between, because obviously we all have got day jobs, and then the amount of content that you put out there. What's the balancing act look like between all this Canucks content and then doing your day job as well?
Awesome. Well, I'll say two things real quickly. So I'm going to get on my soapbox and say, Russell, anyone who complains to you that they are too busy, guess what? They're not too busy. They're poor time managers. I truly believe, and I think you're mature like I am, or at least I pretend I am. You can make time for anything or anyone that you want. It might not be as much time as you want, but you can certainly make time. I think some people who say they're too busy or complain they're too busy, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where they're spending too much time categorizing their Google Calendar that it almost paralyzes them. Having said that, I'm 50 years old. I have a full-time job. My kids are older now. They're like 23, 21, and 17. And I finished my master's. So I've done all my big stuff that now I always say I just waste time on my YouTube channel. And I have a wonderful wife who supports me. My kids are awesome. I like to highlight them a lot on my shows, as you know, and just, some might say I'm too open and I bring too much to the community, but I think that's kind of the allure to what I do. It's not for everyone, and not everyone likes me, and I totally get that, and I'm fine with that. But the ones that come to my show, they don't mind me talking 5 minutes about my family, or 5 minutes about my bowling prowess, or not so prowess, or recovering from my Achilles tendon. All these things, because I brought these people into my community, and they know me. And the community doesn't revolve around me. The community is built by me, but I love it when I can go to a game. And it's not about people asking me to take a selfie or anything. It's about, hey, where are you sitting? What do you think about this game? You think the Canucks are going to come back to win? Those are the conversations I love. Those are the people I love meeting. And that's why I do what I do. So because I love this so much, and because I'm a night owl by nature, I can carve out the time, energy, and resources to do so. But I get it's not for everyone.
Yeah, I got the thumbs up on the Facebook Messenger yesterday. I think it was 1 a.m. when you commented. I was like, oh my goodness, he's going to be up here. It's going to be an early morning for him. But yeah, I got kind of the same situation over here. My wife is very gracious. I have a green screen in our living room right now. So
no, it's so sick. Yeah, that's good.
She's very supportive. She's in her room. She's actually working on her master's application right now. So some synchronicity.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the Canucks season. What are some of the big storylines that you're seeing for the Canucks so far through 20 plus games?
Yeah. Russell, this isn't me with my positivity shtick, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. When you look at, and maybe every market can say this, but I'm not sure if every market can say this. All the stuff that we've gone through, a guy recovering from testicular cancer, I can't even say it. Missing our starting goaltender. We don't even know when he's coming back. Guys like Sherwood and Lankinen stepping up. Now Miller's absence. Like there's just a PD slow start, but he looks so. By the way, when PD's on his game, when remember when him and Hughes were so good together, like they almost read each other's mind. Aren't you seeing that in today's game? There's just so many little small pockets of space where they're like, I just love how PD's playing right now with DeBrusque. I just think, Russell, given everything that the Canucks have gone through, the fact that they're not just treading water, they're comfortably over 500. They're relatively comfortably by points percentage in a playoff spot. And that's without Miller and Demko. I'm not worried. I'm really not worried. And I think they're going to pull this game out. Who knows? It's 50-50, but Detroit's not that good. They're just we just had two bad defensive plays. We should win this game, but overall, bigger picture, I think getting Miller and Demko back and Demko Lankinen, that gives me a lot of confidence. Hughes at the top of his game, PD and DeBrusque finding their game. I really like the way this team is trending, and I'm fine with all this adversity as long as we don't hit any of it after Christmas.
I think this is just making up for last season, because it felt like at the beginning of last year, everything went right. There was no injuries. What was it like? Miller, Pettersson, and Hughes were the top three scorers in the whole league.
It's crazy
there, right? Like it's the complete polar opposite this year. There's been so much adversity. The Canucks haven't had their full roster yet, and I'm pretty sure they're actually top 10 winning percentage in the whole league, despite all of this, right? It's nice. It's
nice that isn't it awesome when we look at the standings and we've played 2 or 3 fewer games than every other team? It's usually the other way around, where we're waiting for everyone to make up their games in hand. So I kind of like this, as long as we win our games, of course.
Yeah. Well, I was looking ahead at the schedule coming up, because obviously here on Nothing Is Perfect, we stream during every single game. We've done all the preseason
I'm so impressed.
It's wild. But luckily my day job is I work in a restaurant, so my schedule is pretty flexible. But I was looking ahead at the December schedule. We've got 14 games in December, and that includes like the 4 or 5 day gap for Christmas, right? So
and not 9 home. By the way, if I may turn the tables and ask you, what was your inspiration behind doing the watch alongs, the live streaming during the games? Because That's very impressive. I don't like doing it because I actually think for me, it actually wrecks my own experience because I'm worried about the chat admittedly. And I know it wrecks their experience because they're just staring at me, staring at the screen. So how do you do it, man? And what was the inspiration?
Well, it kind of started because if you go far enough back, not too far actually, you'll see I'll actually have a lot of Fortnite content on my channel. Because originally I was playing a ton of Fortnite. I was doing a lot of Fortnite content and it was a lot of fun. But what it came down to was I had enough time to either do Fortnite content or Canucks content. And I watch almost every single game anyways. And I think I was actually, there's another guy, check him out, PD Snipe on YouTube. I had him on a couple weeks ago. And he was kind of saying the same thing, is that he watches every single game. And for the most part, he ends up watching it alone. So to have this kind of community here, we're all sitting down watching the game together. And then taking the inspiration from that Fortnite experience, you'll see a lot of these gamers, because they'll be playing the game and chatting with Chad and having that good time. So it's that kind of connection, right? Where you're watching the game, but you're also in a chat. So even on games where, suddenly the Canucks aren't playing so well, it's a boring game, we'll kind of get distracted in chat and have a little bit of fun. But I think that's kind of a new trend where not only watching content, you're also having the talking head in the side of the screen. So, due to copyright reasons, obviously we can't play the game on here, but this is about as close as we get. And that's one of the bucket list goals, is to one day be able to have my head in the corner of an actual Canucks game.
Right. Yeah.
Broadcasting.
Steve Dangle, and with you, Russell, I love watching your stuff when I can, because you know your stuff, you're articulate, you can balance. I think it's tricky balance between being entertaining enough, yet not being a goofball, yet acknowledging the chat, yet making sure that you're not ignoring the game, and vice versa. So keep it up, man. It's really, really good.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I pull some inspiration too. I worked in radio a little bit back in the day at CFun 1410 and Team 1040. So, and then my main job was as a radio producer. So I was the one running the board and stuff. But I was on a show with a guy named Dave Brindle, and so me and him always had a really good back and forth. So right now I've got like 2 screens in front of me and a bunch of lights and stuff like that. So I think I'm pulling a lot of inspiration from that experience as well.
Awesome. Well, it shows. Keep it up.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Clay. I very much appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and join the stream today. I know everyone was very excited to hear you. Enjoy the rest of the game, sir.
You too. And I hope you return the favor. And I'd love to bring you on one of my late night shows as long as you're up one day.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, brother. We'll talk soon.
Enjoy the third. Thanks.
There it is. The legend, Canuck Clay. Here on Nothing is Perfect. You'll love to see it. Awesome for him to stop by for us. And then we're about to look at that timing too, eh? We pulled it off. Got the interview in. The puck is about to be dropped at center ice for the start of the third period here. There it is. Puck is dropped. 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51. And we are underway here at the Little Caesars Arena. Canucks leading 3-2. I'm Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. See what kind of start we can get here in the third period. Hughes passes the puck over to Myers. Oh, Myers passes the puck to the corner. It goes off the ref right in front. Woo, that could have been unlucky to start the third. Thank goodness it didn't. Yeah, as a ref too, you would hate to see that. Juleson puts it to the front of that, gets blocked, and comes all the way out to center ice. Sherwood collects the puck, dumps it in down low, and the Canucks started a change. People's first saying, thank you, Clay. Rome saying, great segment, Russ and Clay. KJ, good segment, boys. Drew Richards, thanks, Canuck Clay, great segment. Oh no, the battery on my mouse has died. But there's a whistle in play, and it looks like the Canucks take a penalty. I'm going to go get a new battery for my mouse. I'll be right back. Oh, you got to love live streaming. All of a sudden, my mouse stops working. I'm getting literally the whole thing of batteries out right now. Canucks are going to the penalty kill. Just under 19 minutes left to go in the third period. Detroit gets the power play. Get the mouse out. Replace the battery here. There we go. Now we're charged and ready to go. We've got control back. Major Tao, Clay, thanks, buddy. Big Mac, thanks, Clay. Canuck Clay, thanks for having me, chat. Awesome to have you. DeBrincat, who scored the goal, controls. Awesome segment, you guys. I love batteries, the greatest invention. Lankinen with a save, and then Juleson does well to clear the puck out of the front of the net. And then, gets it to the blue line, but they can't get it quite out. Chico, he's gone. Spread mayhem. Major Tao is all about the mayhem. And then Big Hog immediately, the line mate, is just spreading mayhem. It's a Duracell moment. Actually, we've got Energizers. The Energizer Bunny. Canucks get the puck all the way down the ice, relieving some of that pressure. Do you keep the batteries in the freezer? Are you supposed to freeze your batteries? That seems like that's a bad idea. Wouldn't that like blow up in your freezer? Calvin, when you don't expect it, especially when you game and your batteries die up. Excuse me. I used to have that problem, but on my PS5, I've got the rechargeable controller, so I always leave it hooked up. I always start my gaming session with a full battery. Oh no. The chaos in front of the net. Detroit manages to score on the power play. Ties the game, 3-3. Pedersen in the box, not looking happy. Big PK, not a big PK, ends up with a goal against. Rasmussen with a quick stick. Tyler Myers couldn't get the puck controlled. I wonder if the Canucks will challenge that for goaltender interference. Ajiko, yeah, now you have your chance. Hurry. My bunny's got batteries, no worries. Barry Kyle, boom. Keep going and going. But why are there no B batteries? Yeah. So the Canucks are challenging the call. I think there is. Is there a B battery? Okay, so apparently there is a B battery. That's what a B battery looks like, apparently. Weird, right? Back to the bar. But the thing is with this goaltender interference is it's different every single game. It's wild. The refs seem to make a different call every single time. Fudge. Special teams have been an important game. Yep. Hachiko, stop using that goal emote for the other team. Mods, let's ban him. And Hachiko's like, let's watch yourself. And then Zachary says, let's go, Vancouver. I think the thing is on this is that he gets bumped. And so he tries to compensate for being bumped, and that's what puts him out of position. Another game to feature at least 3 goals allowed, and Lanky should have had the shot. Hachiko mayhem and betrayal will not be tolerated. Canucks challenge for goaltender interference. Hachiko frowning. Yeah, Hachiko. We need a quick one. Yes. Challenge. I kid, freedom of speech and all that. A quickie, eh? Yeah, so the announcers, Dave Tomlinson saying it's going to stand, and that means the Canucks will get a penalty. So now the Canucks will get another penalty. Because nobody knows what goaltender interference actually is. Comrade Abrash. Hi, guys. I'm paper number 2. I'm paper number 2. Paper squared. That's a bad coach's challenge. Lanky push the wings player doesn't look good for successful challenge, but maybe the challenge will be. Welcome paper, number 2. Heh. That's a goal. I would have saved that. No goal, please. So now they get a delay of game penalty. Woo! Good goal. Sounds like Florida Panthers goal horn, delay of game penalty. Yep. Lankinen makes the save, looking behind him, but manages to save regardless. Hachiko, we saw that. We saw that. Rome doesn't like it either. Big Mac putting another $1 in the swear jar. Jacob calling that a goal. Jacob says, thanks, Rick. That's dumb. That's so dumb. KJ, courtesy of Huggy Bear. Another PP? Yeah. So anytime you challenge a goal and you fail, it's called a delay of game. So now the Canucks have to kill off another penalty. Swing and a miss. Detroit. Canucks collect the puck, dump it down the ice. A minute 30 left to go in the power play for Detroit. Laugh out Rick challenge and mission failed. Looks like the Detroit Red Wings just bring the puck in offside. 3-3, 16:56 left to go. Big Mac's calling out Hachiko. Hachiko, help me! Hachiko, do you have a problem? You feeling flippy floppy? Who timed me out? You'll never know. It might have been your own line mate. Juleson blocks it. Looks like that one felled him a little bit. Another shot to the front, bouncing around in front of the Canucks crease. Ichigo, you know it's bad when your own line mate's calling you out. Juleson with another block. Probably saved a goal there. Despite the fact that he got hurt on the first one, he's still out there getting ready to block. The puck comes off the half boards out to center ice. The Canucks manage to change a couple guys. Both defensemen get off, which is good. So Jules can go nurse those bumps that he just got, blocking 2 shots. Probably saved a goal there on the power play. See, Jacob? What do you think about... Yeah. Great save, Juleson! He should have pulled a Garland and kicked it out to center ice, you know? Raymond with another shot. Lankinen makes the save and then jumps on the rebound. Rasmussen slashes Suter. And Suter just grabs Raymond. Boys gather for a chat. Yeah, Wilson on the bench is like, oh! Juleson does not care if he's hurt. Oh, right in the back. So the first one hit him in the back. The second one, oh, was that off his carriage? Oh no. Yeah, I think he might have gotten hit in the mommy daddy parts there. Gonna go for a walk. One went off his back and the other one might have gone off his groin. That might have been a Tyler Myers-esque save right there. Yeah. Oh no, the second one did hit him in the nuts. Thank goodness for cups. Myers rips it off the glass. Detroit manages to keep it out. Canucks sweep it out to center ice. 8 seconds left to go on the power play for Detroit. Juleson saving a goal with his members. Tarasenko couldn't reach that one. Hoglander out of the box. Suter skates it out to center ice. Up to Hoglander. Dumps it in. Goes in on the forecheck. Man, and Hoglander's just not back checking hard enough. Hoglander goes all the way down, dumps the puck in, hits the net. or goes behind the net, ends up lackadaisically coming back. Brutal. Hoglander needs to be benched for the rest of the game. Detroit leads 4-3. Look at this. Watch the terrible back check from Hoglander. Look at that. Oh, he's not even moving his feet. Hoglander, move your feet. This is why you're in the doghouse. He doesn't take anyone. He's just floating back. Bench Hoglander. Jake's takes. How we doing? We're yelling at Hoglander. My goodness, what a lazy back check from Hoglander. Jake's takes in the house. Tyler Mott denied. Quinn Hughes dumps the puck into the corner of Detroit zone. Momentum has been shifted. .40 left to go in the third period. Detroit now has 27 shots on the game after a couple power plays. Petey's back. Juleson is strong. Good stick from Brandstrom. Pettersson didn't see the puck coming to him. Petey has the puck on the half boards, passes it up just past Besser and out to center ice. Detroit carries it back in. Larkin shot well wide. Detroit collects the puck. Snicker Snatcher in the chat. Yo, boys, what's up? Let's keep it clean and respectful, please. And don't forget to smash that like and sub button. Thank you, Snicker Snatcher. I appreciate you. Warpath 28, welcome. How much time is left? Just, let's see. Looks like there's about 15 minutes left to go in the game. 13:41 left to go in the game there, Warpath. Welcome. Welcome, Warpath. Haven't seen you in chat before. Welcome to Nothing is Perfect. I'm Russell Holiday, and we are watching the Canucks versus the Red Wings here. Watching together. Lots of fun people in chat. Jake's takes just showing up. We don't like Hog now. Yeah, Hoglander. Not like Big Hog, because Big Hog is great. But Hoglander, like Niels Hoglander, was slacking off. He was not back checking very hard. It's like, what is your priority, bro? You dump the puck in, you crash in behind the net when the puck's not even being wrapped around, and then you dawdle onto the back check, allowing the Detroit Red Wings to get a pass off. The guy who made the initial pass, he's the guy that Hoglander should have had. Calvin, did Hachiko get timed out? I think Hachiko did get timed out. Just made fresh cinnamon buns at work. Freaking unreal. Warpath, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I've been watching past couple of Canucks games. No, welcome. Welcome to the chat. You'll love to see it. I appreciate you stopping by. Everyone say hello to Warpath. Get some Warpath hype in the chat. Chico got timed out, I think. Yeah. Chico keeps on using the Canucks goal emoji for the Detroit Red Wings, so. Yeah, brutal. Mods, I'm all for a little fun and games. I think losing in the playoffs makes us sad. Yep. Jason Nager in the chat. Welcome back, Jason. The 12-minute left, we can score. Yep. Drew's like, please no more timeouts unless chat is being inappropriate. Chico isn't entitled to their opinion. We're all welcome to free speech and types of fans here. Chico is a bandwagoner. That's not their purpose. 13:31 left to go in the third period. Canucks need to turn the momentum around here. Which Canuck player is going to step up? But we can't be heavy-handed with mod powers on opinions we don't like. Oh, so Connor Garland has just gotten back on the ice. Looks like he might have, yeah, it actually looks like he was bleeding from the ear. So yeah, a little blood on Connor Garland's jersey, but he is back on the ice, so that's good to see. Okay, Juleson back on the ice too after blocking a shot with his back and then his balls. Juleson collects the puck at center. Tried to put a pass up to Garland, but Garland wasn't expecting it. Couldn't collect it. Suter behind the net, battling for the puck. 2 Detroit Red Wings there, so they come out with it. Petrie to the front of the net. Lankinen with the save. Canucks grab the rebound and clear it out. Garland collects a pass from Susie. Garland gets absolutely destroyed by Petrie. Joshua challenged him to a fight. Big hit on Garland. Garland just gets back on the ice and then gets laid out. Canucks now have 27 hits this period. Oh, man. Husso almost got caught out of the net. Sherwood put her to the front of the net, but luckily didn't get there for him. Luckily for him. Not luckily for the Canucks, though. Quinn Hughes trying to keep the guy to the outside. Quinn Hughes collects the puck in front of his own net. Will turn around to calm things down and allow the Canucks to get some kind of a change. So what I meant to say was that last time Russ hated on a player, that player ended up with an injury Hronik, so we need to keep an eye out for Hoglander now. Husso with a save. Got some Who's in the crowd. Lankinen tries to stop the puck behind the net, but unfortunately it bounces over his stick. And then a wild pass out to the blue line, comes all the way out to center ice. Yeah, this ice might be a problem tonight, boys. Yeah, look at that. It's just sticking. Heinen manages to, despite the bad ice, to get the puck down low, but can't get it on quick enough on the forecheck. Sasson collects the puck on the half boards, puts it down low. Wings chip it ahead and then out all the way down into the Canuck zone. Juleson collects the puck in his own zone. Max Sasson in on the forecheck. Susie pinches down, keeps the puck down low. Now he's in front of the net. Heinen tries to kick it to someone, but nobody was there. Detroit clears it out into the Canuck zone. Hughes runs into Kopp, loses the puck, but then rings it around to the other side where Dakota Joshua picks it up. Hughes pushes up to the blue line, gets tipped over by Garland. Garland, oh my goodness, and Husso just kicked his own net off. Delay of game. Delay of game. Give him a delay of game. Drew believes in the cardiac Canucks. Canucks are not happy. Yeah, shots are 1-12, not looking great. That is inappropriate. Time him out. But Chico putting some whales in the chat. Casper tries to sneak in under Lankinen, but he's there covering the post. Delay of game! Yeah. I mean, bad ice equals. Hughes was like, I'm sorry, ref. I didn't mean to. And then the ref's like, if you do that again, I'm calling delay of game. There's your warning. Looks like Detroit was trying to clear the puck around the boards, went off of Garland's stick and out of play. So we'll get another face-off into the Detroit zone. Hear the music at the Detroit Arena. Puck out to center ice. Connor Garland collects it there. Turns towards the Detroit zone. Tries to get it down low. Bit of a weak backhand. So they can't get a real forecheck going on. Myers did well at the blue line. High stick by Garland, but Detroit's next to touch it. Now Garland collects the puck again. Suter. Myers. Does a step. Comes to the front of the net. Tries to get it out front. Shot off of Husso. Husso blocking that. Hughes dangling down through the faceoff dot. Oh, and then shoots it on net. Then DeBrusque controls, puts the puck over to Hughes. Hughes dangling, goes to the high slot, passes over a shot. Now Petey's out. Husso has played well against the Canucks overall, and it's scary. Puck all the way down. Brancham collects it in the Canucks zone, passes out to center. Pettersson collects it, puts it over to Besser. Besser loses the puck as it rolls like a pinball. Just bobbling around. It looks like a roller hockey puck out there. And Husso collects the puck and covers it up for a face-off. Canucks are so physical, yeah. I think they stupid analytics about shots and everything is what making them not shoot as much, yeah. Joe's putting some Dolphins in the chat. And then Zach's like, we Leaf game next. I will not be streaming during the Leafs game. Big Hog, we are line mates again. Orcas, not whales. Orcas, dolphins, actually a subspecies, yeah. Pachico, there are no orca emojis. The only orca emoji is the goal one that I created. People's first saying, let's go Vancouver Canucks. Delayed penalty? No, unfortunately not. Big Hog, Canucks glow. Canucks glow. Canucks glow. There it is. Hachiko putting some coconuts in chat. Drew Richards at Big Hog. Hachiko, you too like Miller and Pettersson in practice. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, Drewski. Got Big Hog and Hachiko scrapping it out at practice. Comrades putting coconuts glow. Coconuts glow. Me and Hachiko are friends again. Time to win a cup together, boys. They ain't killer whales, not gonna lie, I didn't know. When is game over? There's still about 9 minutes. 8:25 left to go in the third period here. The Penguins is the closest to an orca? No. But you are what you eat, so if you eat one. Zachary, go. Vancouver, go. Wolves are actually... Yeah, wolves and orcas are very similar because they hunt in packs. Matt with the C in the chat. Keep Hachiko under control. I'm going to get some water. Fuck it, didn't drop. Next control. Suter fans on a shot. Garland controlling at the blue line. Pass over to Hughes. Hughes now walking the blue line. Puts off the boards to himself. Cutting to the slot. Hughes still controlling. Shot to the front. Husso saves it and then clears it to the corner. Detroit dumps it down the ice. Not going to be enough for icing. Garland at center ice. Can't get past Kesper. Brandstrom hooks it up, flips it high down the ice into the Detroit zone. DeBrusk getting off forecheck. After killing there it is. Now Detroit has iced the puck. You got Katie in the chat. Yeah, Dobby. Dobby takeover. Go, Canucks, go. The game is summarized as decent with a lot of mistakes. Yeah, Zoe loves Orcas. Jacob Cozy. And that our lineup has flaws and needs changes. Well, our lineup has flaws and needs changes by people coming back. Salmon hats are in fashion. Yeah, they are. I saw that. Orcas wear salmons as hats. Pedersen keeping the puck in the corner. DeBrusk puts it over to Besser. Besser puts it up to DeBrusk. DeBrusk puts it up to the blue line. Branchman with a shot. High shot over the net. Tarasenko getting Pedersen all up on him. Detroit collects the puck and keeps control in their own zone. 6:50 left to go in the third period. 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41. Big Hog saying, go Canucks, go. Start a wave. Woo! Laugh out loud. Calvin's out here waving. Big Hog's waving his hand, waving his wave, and waving his eggplant. Drew's rolling on the floor laughing. Dobby takeover. Yeah, Dobby. Calvin putting Dobby in the chat. Orcas still have hip bones from when they were wolves. Yeah, isn't that weird? If you look at the x-ray of a whale or a orca, you actually see that they have a lot of the same bones. Like humans have tailbones, but we don't have tails. What's up with that? Because we used to be monkeys, yo. Hi, Boo. And Detroit doesn't understand the rules as he iced the puck again. Learn the rules. Hey, Detroit. Hey, Detroit. Learn the rules. Rome wants to take this game to overtime. So I was pointing out that we won the other day. It was a nooner on Friday that they ended up winning. Big Hog putting some Dobbies in the chat. Garland controls the puck. Skating around behind the net. Puts the puck up to the blue line. Hughes controlling into the slot. Shot. Myers couldn't collect the puck for a rebound shot. Hughes back at the blue line. Also dancing. Shot. Just wide. Puck comes off the half boards, but Connor Garland collects it. Puts it over to Hughes. Hughes puts it over to Myers. Myers gives it to Garland. Garland walks the line like he's playing like Hughes. And then they give up the puck. And you got a Suter back as the only guy back. Someone broke a stick over Joshua's back with a cross check, no call. Hachiko putting the monkey in the chat. Big Hog admitting that he's still a monkey. Uso covers the puck for a whistle. People's first use going. It makes me angry when Vancouver Canucks lose a game. Yep. Water bears are trippy, right? Does anyone know what a water bear is? They're crazy. Water bears are like wild. Zoe also likes evolution. Have you guys ever seen a water bear before? Yeah, let's see. I'm going to look up a picture of a water bear. They're actually called tardigrades. But they're these things, man. Look at these little things. They're wild. They're little microscopic beings that can like hibernate. I'm pretty sure these things can survive in space. Tardigrades, man. trippy things. Look at their little claws. Look at that. Yeah, these are tough little guys. Just hanging out in the microscopic world. Look at their little weird noses, right? They don't even have eyes, right? They got these little toe claws. Oh, there's, yeah, water bears. I don't know why I'm talking about water bears. Back to the bar. Evolution, baby. I used to work at Evolution 1079. Game was easy. We held back on the third to win. Calvin, I hate alcohol for that reason. 2 lives gone way too soon. Yeah. Bedard is a Canuck now. Yeah, I wish. That was like a Freudian slip right there. Larkin cross checks Dakota Joshua in front, breaks his stick after Joshua decks him. Oh, and shot just wide. That shot from Hughes barely missed that post. Wild. Canucks win the face-off in the offensive zone. Myers with a shot, gets deflected. Hughes collects the puck on the point. Oh, and he blows a tire. Shot. Hughes so turns it aside, and then Detroit freaks out and ices the puck because they don't understand the rules. You know the ice is bad when Quinn Hughes blows a tire. So we want the puck. We want the puck. We want the puck. Toby Dizzle. How does Husso have the Canucks number so bad? I don't know what it is with the Canucks. There seems to be just like what was it? Blackwood is another goalie who just dominates the Canucks for some reason. Like these like third string goalies are the ones who are really good against the Canucks. Toby Dizzle, welcome. Shot just wide by Suter. Garland collects the puck on the half boards. Joshua turning on the half boards, getting double teamed, but gets the puck over to Myers, who gets the puck over to Joshua, who gives the puck over to Suter, who gives the puck back over to Joshua. Canucks managed to keep it in. It's been chaos on the blue line. Welcome to the stream, Toby Dizzle. Nice to have you. Don't think we've seen you in chat before, so welcome to Nothing is Perfect. Chico loves tardigrades. Yeah, and Calvin's like, what is that? Toby Dizzle, he's having a good game, yeah. After Talbot left the game, Husso's come out and done his thing. Pedersen tried to get the pass in front, but decided, oh, there it is! Eric Branchard set up for a one-timer, the Canucks score! Chaos, the Canucks dominating in the Detroit zone. It pays off with Eric Branchard blasting in a shot from the point. Canucks tie it. 4-4. DeBrusk down low to Pedersen. Pedersen puts it back up to Branstrom on the point, and Branstrom slaps it in. Far side. What a shot. Pedersen with a nice pass. Branstrom finishes it off. That's a goal. Canucks have tied the game. You love to see it. Canucks score. Boom. Bang. Let's go. Drew putting all the goal emojis in chat. Big Mac putting the goal emojis in chat. Michael LeBlanc, next score! Hachiko's in the chat, putting out the goal emoji. And then Calvin's got the goal emoji and the Trevor Linden Sparkle smile. I'm sure Trevor's happy to see that, aren't you, Trevor? Aren't you, Trevor? DeBrincat shoots the puck over the glass. And then the Canucks, who just tied the game, are now going to go to a power play. Oh my goodness. Woohoo! Yeah, OT, we're not there yet. Matt's like, thank God. Comrade, boom! Big hug with the goal emojis in the chat. There's your Orko emoji. And Jacob's like, not OT yet. Drew, huge game for DeBrusk. Love to see it. Let's win game, Canucks. And then Major Tau once again. 4 goals. 4 Major Tau gifted memberships. And then who gets it? Paper. Paper was gifted a membership. Well, you're welcome, Paper. Congratulations. Getting the gifted membership from Major Tao. Putting Dobby through college. I appreciate you, Major. You work too hard. You work too hard, Major, and you're giving it all away to my dog. You love to see it. Big hug, Santa. Big hug. Paper gets it. Comrade saying 5-4 win in overtime. Major saying Paper got it. Achiko, now it's time for the goal emoji. Jacob says, yo! Hope we get a PP. And we did. Let's score right now. Yeah, minute 30 left to go on the power play. There's Achiko putting the goal emoji in the chat. Canucks control, minute 23 left. Hughes and Pedersen playing catch on the point. DeBrusk in the corner. Puts it back up to Hughes. Hughes puts it down low to Besser. Besser gets checked, but Garland collects the puck, puts it up to the point. Hughes keeps it onside, puts the puck across to DeBrusk. DeBrusk puts it down low over to Pedersen on the close half boards. Pedersen down low over to Besser with a half shot. And then they couldn't quite get it deflected on net. Now Garland on the half boards. Puts it back up to Hughes. Hughes collects the puck. Pedersen whiffs on a pass, trying to do a one-touch pass. Puck comes all the way around behind the net to the far half boards. Garland controls. Switches with Besser. Besser puts it back up to the point for Hughes. Hughes, Pedersen with a one-timer, looking for the slap pass, gets blocked by Detroit. Hughes collects the puck on the point, puts it back down low to Besser. Besser puts it back up to Hughes. Hughes with a shot. Puck in front. Winds up going wide of the net. Hughes controls the puck on the point again. Puts it over to Garland on the half boards, down low to Besser or DeBrusk. DeBrusk skates up to the half boards, skating down low, puts it down low to over to Garland. Garland tries to put it up front to Miller, but Miller can't get the puck to go. Miller to Garland up to Besser. We've got Miller on the mind. Toby Dizzle, who's been the best offseason? Sherwood, Lankinen, or DeBrusk? I think just for the cost, Lankinen's got to be your pick for the best addition to the team in the offseason. 42 seconds left to go in the game. Shots are now 29-30. Sherwood deflects the puck. Puck goes past Myers, but he collects it, puts it back up the boards. Sherwood collects the puck, gets it down to the Detroit blue line. Detroit kicks it down low. Myers collects the puck. 24 seconds left to go. Susie and Myers out there together. 20 seconds left to go in the game. Why is everyone calling my name? Paper, you just got a free gifted sub. You got a free membership. 5 seconds left to go. Shot blocked. And that one hurt. Susie with another shot wide, but that's it for shot blocked by Rasmussen. Laying it on the line. End of regulation. End of regulation. We're going to overtime. Oh, another. Okay, let's just take a second to breathe. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. There you go, Paper. See? Paper using the goal emoji for the first time. Orca, orca, orca. We've got OT. Gamer A in the chat. Welcome back, Gamer A. Nice to see you. Overtime. Paper saying a 5-4 win in overtime. Hachiko saying back-to-back overtime. No stress there. Big Hogs like overtime. Quite funny about Bald Head Coalition we have now. Yep. We got Chef Alvine, Rutherford, Talkit. From the top to the bottom, it's a bunch of bald guys. Paper says, thank you, Major Tao. Canuck Clay, when I was with you, I pulled DeBrusk and thought the game was tied 2-2 going into the third. Canuck Clay in the chat, everyone. Watching the game with us. Not my finest moments, says Canuck Clay. Whoo, we're going to overtime, Canuck Clay. What do you think about that? That's crazy. A Chico DeBrusque overtime winner hat trick. Okay, yeah. Everyone put your predictions. Who gets the overtime winner in chat? Mike Torrance is happy with a point. And Jacob's like, hey, a point is a point. And then Matt's just doing the breathing with me. Ah. Okay, let's get ready. This is going to be 3-on-3 overtime. Matt doing the breaths. Thanks, Major. I'm happy. Our boys are hella tired, and these are long games. Yeah. Third game in 4 nights. DeBrusque was interviewed by Murph and also thought the game was tied going to the third. So you and DeBrusque were on the same page. This is because DeBrusque knows that he's going to score a hat trick in overtime to win it, right? Everybody breathe. PD is going to score, says Major Tao. We're underway in 3-on-3 overtime. Canucks control off the initial faceoff, which is always good to see. Paper thinks Trevor Linden is going to score. Garland controlling just inside the Detroit blue line. Turns. Puts the puck down. Hughes takes the pass. Takes it behind the net. Aggressive forecheck from Detroit. Now they back off. We got DeBrusque, Hughes, and Garland out on the ice. Garland collects it, skating into the Detroit zone. Oh, it's Garland and Suter, actually. Mike DeBlanc thinks it's going to be Sherwood in OT. Good job by Suter to collect that pass or that rebound. Canucks continue to control. Canucks will change 2 of their guys. Yep. Hughes stays out, puts it down low for Petey. So Hughes stays out. Pettersson and DeBrusque have come onto the ice now. Pettersson does well to keep that puck. Saw his player going to the front net, but decides not to pass the puck there because there was a couple of players there in the way. DeBrusque controls it center ice. Paper thinks Dobby's going to score. Pettersson on the blue line. Susie out on overtime. Pettersson does a shimmy and shake. It's slashed. No call. DeBrusque gets hit. DeBrusque now battling on the half boards. Pettersson giving some pressure to Detroit. Looks like Vancouver's going to change their guys. Besser lost his stick. Besser will jump on the bench. Detroit brings in the puck offside. Whiffle stops play. Oh, I think my temperature's pretty high right now. Dobby will eat the puck. Yeah, he probably would try. You should see Dobby. He's actually quite the little. If he played in hockey, he would definitely be a goalie. Yeah, and there was a slash there right on the hands of Pettersson. No call. Should be a power play for the Canucks. Chico putting Dobby in the chat. Besser's stick got kicked out of his hands. WTF. Yeah. Some weird stuff happening out there right now. Okay. 3-0-3 left to go in overtime. Canucks win the faceoff. Got Sherwood winning the draw there. You don't see a lot of that. Hughes, Sherwood, and Besser out there. Hughes skating backwards down the ice. Besser brings it in over the Detroit line. Oh, blows a tire behind the net. Sherwood tries to get the puck back. But yeah, Besser, it looks like he blew a tire there. Yeah, Susie was on the ice for a second there. Detroit controlling in the Canucks zone for the first time. And then they bring it all the way back down. Looks like they wanted to get a change there. Bad pass. Hughes collects the pass. That is a Detroit pass, so intercepted. Dumps it around. No Canuck there because they were changing. Garland puts it back down to Hughes. Oh. 2 minutes left to go. Outlet pass. Suter in. Oh, tries to jam it 5-hole, and Husso closes it up. Husso with the save. Detroit brings the puck back up. Casper puts it back down low, and then bad pass all the way back down, all the way to Husso, who collects it in his own zone. Minute 45 left to go in this overtime period. Okay. Larkin trying to move in. He gets all the way in. And then the whistle goes, and then Larkin. Susie punches Larkin in the face. Larkin goes down like a sack of potatoes trying to draw a call. Now he's flipping Susie's stick around. Boys gather for a chat. My goodness. What a sequence of events there. Suter has to take a second to, tries to go 5-hole, but Husso just closes it up. Oh, just couldn't. Good pass too. And Larkin just throws himself down to the ice. Timeout. No penalty calls. You'll love to see it. They didn't call the slash on Petey. They're not going to call the punch on Susie. Okay. So I think Detroit has called their timeout, so we have a minute to take a breath again. Yeah, Matt's right. Larkin's sounding like he's in the WWE. Let's get some butter for that sack of potatoes. Oh, brother. Come on, Susie. Relax. Susie giving Larkin the business. What a flop. Yeah, Big Mac, that was a heck of a flop. The refs have it out for us, eh? I don't think there was a penalty there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Stroke the beard. Pedersen wins the faceoff. Hughes collects the puck in his own zone. Canucks have 2 shots in this overtime. Detroit has 1. Shots are now 31-31 overall in the game. Larkin closing the gap on Pedersen. Pedersen in his own zone. Detroit being very aggressive here. Pedersen over the blue line on Detroit's blue line. Drops the pass for DeBrus. Shoots, scores! Hat-trick goal! In overtime! Canucks score! Woo! Awesome! There it is. His first hat-trick ever while playing for the Vancouver Canucks. A little voice crack there. Did you hear it? I'm not even upset about it. You'd be voice cracking too if you were calling this game. DeBrus hat-trick. Canucks win the game in overtime. Woo! Final OT. You love to see it. Oh, happy day. Good control in the Canucks zone. Pedersen and Hughes just making sure they have the control. Pass up to Petey. Skates over the blue line. Cuts to the middle. Drops it for DeBrusque. And DeBrusque just shoots it. The perfect shot. Top corner. Far side. All the way past Husso. Husso didn't have a chance. Was moving the other way. My goodness. What a great shot from DeBrusque. Just ripping it in, winning the game, hat-trick goal. Do we see any hats on the ice? I want a hat check. Any hat check. There it is. There it is. Ochiko putting hats on the ice. Let's go DeBrusque. DeBrusque in beast mode. Jacob saying Hattie. Zoe saying Yahoo. And then Paper saying Hattie. You got goal, goal, goal. What a signing. Yep. Lots of goals for him. Let's go. Wow. Paper predicted it. You did predict it. You predicted it. Let's get some paper hype in the chat. Paper hype in the chat to predicting it. Rome saying nice. Zoe saying dolphin goal. Fireworks. Big Mac saying Hattie. Canucks Clay, maybe I should join for every game. Absolutely, Canuck Clay. You are more than welcome to join every game. See what kind of fun we have here. What an amazing end of the game. Thanks for stopping by in the second intermission. Thanks for being in chat for the overtime. Canuck Clay, you're an absolute gem. Big Hog with the goal. Emoji in the chat. Snickers Snatchy, woo, boom. Mike Torrance, woohoo. And Mike LeBlanc, DeBrusque, Paper with the goal emoji in the chat. Big Hog saying bang. Goal, 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 goal from Drew Richards, King of the Mods. David W. Canucks win it 5-4 in overtime against the Wings. Who says having wings for breakfast is a bad idea? Big Mac putting his newly acquired goal emojis in it. And then KJ's like, who called it? Paper called it. Paper called it. Let's go, Warpath. Paper putting the emoji in chat. Toby Dizzle, Hattie, Hachiko saying goal, goal, goal with a new emoji. Big Hog, LFG. Oh my goodness. And then of course, Major Tau with the overtime. Who gets that gifted sub? Major Tau. Gifted sub. So Katie gets the gifted membership. Katie, who is the significant other for Mr. Dustin Boydell. So Katie is Dustin Boydell partner who's in chat, gets the gifted membership. So we're getting a little bit money back into that Boydell household with the amount of gifted subs that have been donated by Dustin. Big Hog putting all the emojis in chat. I'm getting all worked up here. I wonder why. What a finish. Crazy start to the third period. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get things all set up here because I want to get Dustin back on here, but I also want to make sure that we are making sure that we have all the proper things going on for him. Get the scoreboard out, get the symbol out here. It looks like we're good on that. A quick look. Big Hog putting hats in the chat. Drew Richards, beautiful drop pass from Pedersen too. Yep. Another from Major Tau W. Yep. Major Tau putting Dobby through college. So you'll love to see that. Calling him Santa again. Lanky breaking records. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get Dustin on here right now. I think I just saw his face for a second there. Start a video call. Get his beautiful mug on here. Why did Boston get rid of him? I don't know, because they wanted to sign Lindholm instead, so that's kind of strange, eh? But we do have him on the line now. So let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dustin Boydell. Welcome back, sir.
Wahoo!
Woo!
Let's go.
Chaos.
Wow, what a finish.
I'm getting lightheaded here.
Yeah, Mr. DeBrusque with the Hattie finish.
Oh man. Yeah, somebody just asked in chat, why did Boston let go of him? Jacob saying, why did Boston get rid of him?
Yeah, I think it was a mutual thing. I think he wanted a fresh start, and they wanted to give him that opportunity. I think he had Vancouver at the top of his list right away when free agency started. So,
wonder if he was a fan or what the connection was there, because obviously his dad is one of the announcers that you see a lot of Edmonton games. So I thought maybe Edmonton might have been a way he wanted to go with the future of his career, but obviously I don't think they have the cap space to sign a guy like that. So lucky for us, right?
Well, and I think the allure of getting to play on the wing with Petey was a big draw for him, and now we are starting to see the fruits of that desire.
Yeah, amazing. What a finish. And then we talked about it during the first intermission. Second period, the Canucks came out and they fired a lot of shots on net. So that was good to see. That's kind of really when they turned things around. They finally woke up.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them get a little bit on Hughes quicker, especially a goalie who hadn't faced an NHL shot since November 9th. They got a couple chances there and they deked and stuff, and I really hoped they would have just shot early. But we found a way to get the win. Good on the guys. We were gifted a late power play in the third there where it was like, what are we doing? Literally playing for the tie. There was not much urgency to get it to the net, but what a game from that top power play line. Petey, Hughes, DeBrusque, just a fantastic game all around, start to finish. Petey really looks like he's found his stride again, moving his feet, pushing the play. The vision he has for the ice to find those passes and create chances for DeBrusk is really great to see.
Yeah, Canucks had 13 shots in the second period, ended up with 10 shots in the third period with 32 shots. So this is, I can't remember off the top of my head, but this might be the first game that we've been covering where the Canucks outshot their opponents. They outshot Detroit 32-31 overall.
Yeah, it's good. It's something they got to trend in the right direction now and keep that going. And they need to be more consistent with the shots. Yeah, we got up to 10 in the third period, but they were late. They were all late. There was a long stretch there where we didn't have any shots in the third period. So all positive things to build on, but also still not out of the woods yet with our consistency. But yeah, nothing really to complain about when you get a win.
A stat you don't usually see, but the Canucks were 2 for 4 on the power play, so the power play was clicking 50%. And then the faceoffs overall for the whole game, 50-50 between Detroit and Vancouver. So absolutely right down the middle. So it was good to see Canucks pulling that back a little bit, and where the faceoffs really mattered. How are the Canucks doing so well to win those faceoffs? Because that's 2 games in a row in overtime where they essentially dominated the faceoff circle.
It's becoming skill and knowledge. If you watch, I don't know if you were watching closely, Suter is watching Larkin set up for that draw, and he originally set up to win on the backhand. And when he saw Larkin setting up on forehand side, he switched his grip to win it the other way to Garland and then back to Hughes. And Larkin didn't see Suter switch it up. So that was actually a very high hockey IQ play that it may have gone unnoticed by a lot of people. But yeah, no, good on Suter for getting that control right off the rip in OT, because we all know how important possession is on that 3-on-3.
Yeah, I think Detroit only ended up with 1 shot in the overtime. But even off the shot, you saw a couple times the Canucks recollecting the puck in overtime, keeping that control, making sure that they can get their players changed. Ending up with 33 hits. So another game where the Canucks are at least 10 hits a period. Detroit did have quite a few too, 27 hits, but yet another game where the Canucks are absolutely throwing their bodies around out there. And a 7-game series, that's got to wear down the other team, right?
Absolutely. Just the physical play always wears down the other team, and even if it doesn't wear them down, it causes them to be quick with the puck and make those mistakes. And allow our players to regain control on the forecheck and things like that. When you force the issue, the other team has to think a little quicker, and it can lead to moments where we find the back of the net off of quick turnover.
Just a quick comment for anyone who's still watching the feed. For some reason on our Canucks post-game show, we're getting Boston Bruins coverage. Right, we have Rick Bone as one of our former coaches, and we're getting Boston Bruins coverage on the post-game show. So you'll love to see that. I guess this is probably the pre-game show for the next game coming up, but still, we'd love a minute to have the boys talk about our game for a second.
Bringing you the topics that matter, apparently. Checking in on Zadorov before he comes back to the Canucks.
All right. Eric Brandstrom with that tying goal with a beauty pass from Pettersson. Brandstrom with his 3rd goal. He is in that conversation. Everyone's having it. We had it a little bit tonight. You got Lankinen, you got Sherwood, you got Brandstrom. Brandstrom putting himself in the conversation for one of the most low-key best additions to this team so far this season, isn't he?
I think every single one of our additions has been an absolute steal by Patrick Alvin. I don't know what the rest of the league was doing, but somehow he kept these guys under lock and key and found a way to get him in the lineup for pretty cheap. And in the case of Eric Brandstrom, basically a steal. It was supposed to be a cap dump deal, and who knew we would find our second best puck moving defenseman.
I mean, good for him. He's got 2 of the greatest of all time, right? You got Adam Foote and he's got Sergei Gonchar to coach him. Are we starting to look at this as like, I mean, obviously Rick Tocchet already won the best coach of the year last year. Is there a chance he wins it again? Because if you're looking at all these players, and I saw an interview with Connor Garland while I was looking over some Connor Garland stuff. And when Connor Garland was playing for Rick Tocchet all the way back when they were both together in Arizona or Phoenix, or I can't remember how long ago it was. Essentially, Connor Garland was having a rough time, and then Tocchet pulled him in the office and said, "Man, with the way you're playing, you're not going to be getting 17 minutes a night. Like, you're not playing that way." And Connor Garland's response was, "Okay, teach me." Right. So we have a bunch of guys who are coming into a system that is teaching them to be good hockey players and helping them decide to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, if you buy in, you definitely start to see it. Garland has completely changed his game. He's now this season he's now averaging 19 minutes a game, which is like a almost 5 minute jump from his career before that. And to be playing at the level that he's playing by adding those minutes and not adding mistakes to his game speaks incredibly to his effort to improve in the places that the coaches have asked him to. Someone I saw who had probably a weaker second half of the game, and we talked about in the first period, was Heinen. 2 times on the penalty kill there, very weak clearing attempts. The one kind of had a moment to get control, but waved at the bouncing puck there. And then in the third period, had the play up the wall where if he would have been a little harder on the puck and got that out, then maybe we're not talking about overtime and things like that. So, we pile on Höglander and things like that. He also took a penalty that he probably shouldn't have, which likely landed him on the bench again in the old doghouse. But there's still stuff to clean up. But when we're finding ways to win, it speaks to that coaching and that system and just finding ways to be resilient and meet pressure with pressure, right?
Yeah. And I mean, even a couple of guys in the chat were talking about the ice that looked really bad out there. And I did look at it. Detroit did have a basketball game in the stadium yesterday. It was an afternoon game, so they had some time. But I mean, we go back to the days when the Vancouver Grizzlies played in town, and we remember how bad that ice would get when you'd have a back-to-back Grizzlies game one night, Canucks game the other. It's not like they melt the ice. Like, there's just no time. So they literally put down a rubber layer over top, and they put down an entire basketball court on top of that. So especially down in the corners there, you could see all game. And I said it, if you see Quinn Hughes blow a tire like that behind the net, that means there's some bad ice going on. So, but I mean, going back to your point about Heinen, he missing those passes, that needs to be a conversation on the bench where it's like, okay, boys, we can tell the ice is bad. So rather than trying to make the quick up with your stick, you need to have your foot in the way. You need to be 100% sure that you're getting that puck. And then on Höglander, not only does he take the penalty, he is not back checking because he comes out of the box, he skates, he dumps it, and he crashes himself in the end of the boards, even though the puck's not being wrapped around. And then he coasts up the ice, and the guy who makes the pass is supposed to be his check. So no wonder he gets benched for the rest of that game, because there are 2 examples of the lazy call hitting a guy in the feet, getting your stick in the feet. It doesn't matter if it's a weak call from the ref. If the guy gets hit in the feet and he goes down, you're going to get the call. Is like, what is Höglander just like down on himself? Like, is he down on himself even more than the team is down on him? Or what does Höglander need to do to turn things around here?
I think he needs to find a way to motivate himself. He's been given plenty of opportunity to have that chance to shine. Early in the season, he was up in the top 6, given all the minutes for working hard last year. He was given an opportunity to show that he could do the 200-foot game and play the Tocchet style, and he just keeps falling further and further down. And you see the comparison to someone like Garland, who works harder and harder, or someone like Sherwood, who works harder and harder every game to find improvements, and Ratu, who is constantly trying to find a way to be better and more effective for the team instead of pouting and being upset that his game isn't going the way he wants it to go. Well, if your game's not going the way you want it to go, you need to find a way to fix it, and that falls on you, the player. And I can tell you right now, taking lazy penalties is not beneficial for you, the player, mentally, or the team. So Hoglander needs to figure it out. He knows he's in the doghouse. So instead of going out there and playing nervous and playing like, you're going to end up benched, go out there and play like you know how to play, push the play, use your energy, throw some hits, get a puck open. You might find a garbage goal or you might find somebody with a good pass, but you got to make it work yourself by moving your feet and pushing the play like you've been asked to do.
I think a big part of his play that I've been having issues with, I think he's just trying to be too fancy, and sometimes you just got to be more straight ahead. Keep both hands on your stick. You just got to be harder on the puck and skate back, like back check, man. That's like basic hockey 101. So we're looking at the overtime goal. Jake DeBrusk gets his 10th goal of the season, his 3rd goal of the game, his first hat trick with the Canucks. On that goal, Pettersson gets his 14th assist of the season, and Quinn Hughes getting his 23rd assist of the season. That's 3 assists on the night, giving him the 3rd star of the game. And then you got from Detroit, you got Jay Berggren with a goal and an assist, taking the 2nd star. No surprise who the 1st star of the night was. Jake DeBrusk, 3 goals and an assist. So actually a 4-point night, a huge night from Jake DeBrusk, actually absolutely going off. And I think we talked about this a little earlier in the season, how in his career, Jake DeBrusk has tended to be a bit of a streaky player. This is one heck of a streak though, isn't it?
Absolutely. And maybe this is the time where he stops being streaky and he's just found his home and a comfortable center to find some chemistry with. And hopefully him and Petey can keep it going. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they add another assist for Pettersson in this game, because on the 2nd DeBrusk goal, he was the puck carrier when the puck came over the blue line and was knocked over to Hughes and then to DeBrusk in front. So I would honestly expect this to get revisited and Petey up to 4 assists for this game.
Right now, the 2nd Jake goal has Quinn Hughes and Besser as the assists.
Yeah.
So before we hop over to the Abbey Canucks, I wanted to quickly touch on Tyler Myers as well, because obviously playing top minutes, Tyler Myers, sometimes we're a little scared to see him get more time on the ice, but he tonight he was jumping at the right time, and we love the chaos giraffe, but sometimes chaos doesn't end up well for us. But Tyler Myers, and you saw it, was it 2 games ago? Same thing, hopping up and anticipating that pass, and he did that probably 3 or 4 times tonight. What are you seeing from Tyler Myers playing on that top pair with Hughes?
I'm seeing a veteran player who's seen the benefits of this coaching staff, and he's played his best hockey since this staff has kind of taken over. He's shown before he can elevate his game when he's put up with Hughes. Hughes is just so solid that that you can take a little extra time, and you just need to be in position X, and he's going to take care of the rest. So it allows Myers to be a little more committed to his position, which does nothing but benefit him. And also, Juleson tonight as well had a really, really strong game. Some key blocks on the penalty kill, putting up a brick wall in front of DeBrincat there, taking 3 shots right in a row, and just got to give credit to him tonight because it was probably his strongest game of the season so far.
Got to give credit to his jockstrap too, because he had a Tyler Myers like block there. That one, I think the block on his jock, that saved a goal. Like that was straight up going in if he doesn't make that. And talk about putting on the line, you're putting your jock on the line, making sure, real good testing. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a dent in that one after that shot.
Yeah, you had to take the breather down the hallway after that one.
It's one of those ones too, because you're never quite sure. And then once you see the replay, you're like, oh, okay, yep, that's the one.
Yeah. And then as soon as you sit down on the bench and you're like, okay, I'm okay. No, I'm not okay. No. I need to.
And anyone who's had that, it's just that right through your like inside, like up here in your guts. You're just, oh, okay, yeah. We just need a minute to take a couple steps.
Yep. I'm going to throw up.
So let's quickly hop over and chat about the Abbey Canucks, because we didn't get a chance to see because they played after the noon game. On Friday. What was the result of that game against the San Jose Barracuda?
So not the greatest weekend for the baby Canucks. Back-to-back losses. losing both games to the Barracuda. Both games they found themselves falling behind. In game one, they found themselves down 3-0, going shortly into the second period. However, they did battle back to make it 3-3. But it was just too little too late. San Jose scored with about 5 minutes left and added an empty netter to take game one 5-3. In this game, though, there were some positives. Dino Cambites had a very strong 2-goal effort, an excellent shorthanded goal where he was the lone forward in on the forecheck. Absolutely wonderful shoulder to shoulder to separate the puck carrier, and just buried it right away. All kind of happened in one fluid motion. Just a really strong play. And then we had D. Petey with his first AHL goal in this in game one. So there are a couple of positives there. Some negatives. Ty Young had a couple of soft goals sneak by him. Found a couple of holes early that he would probably like back. So because of that, we were fighting an uphill battle the whole time game one, and that it showed some good resilience to get back to 3-3, but too little, too late, and had to move on to game two, hoping for better.
They didn't get better, unfortunately.
No,
they scored
didn't
more
get better.
goals, but they let in more as well.
Exactly. So game two saw the penalty troubles return that we talked about earlier in the season. They found themselves in the box a lot. They were down 2-0 after the first period again, but managed to make it 2-2 very quickly into the second period with a couple of quick goals. But they gave it right back after taking penalties. Again, they took a penalty. Barracuda made it 3-2. Klimovich tied it up to make it 3-3. And then another power play goal made it 4-3. And we just couldn't get anything going after that. We managed to get one late in the third, and San Jose would again add an empty netter on the power play to make it 7-4 in this game. Just nothing really went well for Abbotsford in that one. Defensively, they missed the veteran presence of Jet Wu. He had the weekend off, so he didn't play this series, and it really showed, especially on the penalty kill. He's had a really strong start to the season as the veteran leader for these young defensive core, and he was missed for sure.
So they're missing Jet Wu, and they're also missing Mark Friedman, obviously, because he got called up on the other day. So a couple of really important defensemen coming out. So no surprise that suddenly the defensive structure kind of broke down. The trickle effect of having the Hronik injury actually looking like it might have affected those baby Canucks down there in Abbotsford.
Yeah, a little bit. They looked a little thrown off. Jet Wu has played pretty much every game, I think, and has been on the top pairing. So taking him out of the lineup really damages the structure. And he obviously wears an A too, so he's a leader on the team. So couple of losses after a 4-game win streak. Also, the tail end of a long road trip. So guys are a little bit tired, and now they get to head home. So they'll be back at home in Abbotsford on December 7th and 8th to take on the Colorado Eagles. So we look forward to having them back in Abbotsford and hopefully get some fans out and cheer them on.
Yeah, good little break for them too. Now they got 6 days off before the next game, so it gives them time to rest. But another one of those situations too, where Saturday night they play at 7 and then Sunday they play at 4, so a really quick turnaround. So hopefully they can manage to get Jet Wu back ready, and who knows what happens. Maybe the Canucks made a trade in that time and we get Friedman back down there, but who knows. Yeah, so if you are in the area, you can check it out. I love going out to those games. Lots of fun. Takes my dad out every once in a while. It's lots of fun hockey down there. A beautiful arena, good food, good drinks. Just don't park at the parking lot. Park at the mall. Park at the mall, walk over. That's always the advice I give if anyone's going down to see the Abbey Canucks.
Exactly.
So Vancouver Canucks now 1 game left on this road trip. They're heading into Minnesota, who is a team who just picked up the guy that everybody was rumoring that the Canucks would be picking up in Juracek. Did the Minnesota Wild now have the deepest, most solid defense in the entire league?
Oh, in about 3 years, they're gonna be a very, very powerful decor. Yeah, but they gave up a boat for him. Very happy that the Canucks weren't shelling off 4 draft picks and a top prospect. I believe that Willander was the ask, and I think we're going to be in a much better place with Willander and DPD and Kudryavtsev and the guys we got going forward than adding a maybe prospect like Juracek.
Yeah. Yeah. And from all the fans out there in Columbus too, apparently they're not big fans of Juracek at this point. He doesn't have a complete game. He's a bit of a defensive liability lately. So I'm on the same page as you. Juracek is it was too pricey for me, if you ask. 4 picks and a prospect is just too much. What do you expect to see? Do you think Shilovs gets the start there, or do you think that Lankinen gets the hot hand in net?
Not a chance that Shilovs gets the start there. He's just with Demko likely starting game 1 from the road trip back at home. I think that this week we will see the movement of Shilovs down to Abbotsford.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect him to be playing next weekend in Abbey.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be going forward here with Demko and Lankinen until we need to make a change.
You don't think they keep Shilovs around just in case, and do you think they're just sending him straight down to the A, and then probably Ty Young gets sent back down to Kalamazoo?
Ty Young will likely get sent back to Kalamazoo. Shilovs will get the majority of the starts down in the A until Patera gets back, in which case then it'll force a move to be made. I think it's just too costly to carry 3 goalies on the NHL roster.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have 2 healthy ones, that's all you need, and you can call guys up and down as needed. So I just think that Shilovs needs to go down and work with someone else and find the confidence in his game again. He clearly doesn't have a great relationship with the goaltending coach that is with the big club, which is unfortunate. We just see it in the numbers. They speak for themselves, and hopefully the stuff that Pogge is teaching the young guys down in Abbotsford can resonate a bit with Shilovs, and he can kind of rekindle his ability that we know he has to shine.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. So Dustin, we'll see you again on Tuesday night against the old rivals, the Minnesota Wild. It's a 5:00 start, so we'll have you on during the first intermission, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, because we've got a lot left after this early game.
Yeah, absolutely. You as well. Let's hope for Lanky's 11th straight road win.
Wow, wouldn't that be great? Dustin Boydell, everyone. One half of the Rusty and Dusty sideshow. You'll love to see it. Canucks come back and win it 5-4 in overtime. What a great stream, eh? Dustin in the first intermission. Canucks score a couple quick goals at the beginning of the second period. Canuck Clay joining the show in the second intermission, bringing that big smile in. Some good stories. It was really fun talking with Canuck Clay. Hanging around. He was in chat during overtime, having a good time, experiencing what you guys experience. Yeah, Canucks win 5-4. They will play Detroit again, not until February. So see if Detroit, see what happens. But it's actually funny because Hughes came in after Talbot got hurt and actually looked really, really good out there. He tends to play really well against the Canucks for some reason, which I still can't quite figure out why that always happens. But it seems to be something that that he does on a regular basis. So, yeah. Let's see who's left here in chat. Who's still here? Everybody, it's time to have an afternoon nap, I think. Rome says if Pettersson isn't scoring, at least he's setting him up. Yep. Pettersson looking good out there. Kind of Clay pointing that out. Yeah, PD and Hughes looking really, really good together, especially in that overtime period. Jacob Cozy, PD looks dangerous today. Don't matter. Jacob Cozy body position was really nice. People roasting Talkett on rink wide. Dude's been unreal. Yeah, I mean, he has a bunch of players coming in, and it seems like every player they've added has played well. And then the one who didn't play well was Sprong, and now he's playing down in Seattle and not playing well down in Seattle. He's got like 1 goal down there. It's because PD is worried about us fans anymore. It's because PD is worried about us fans anymore. I think maybe you're saying isn't worried. Big Hog, Lankinen, first goalie in NHL history to be 10-0 on the road. Crazy. Anyone watch Hockey Psychology? Yep, love that channel. Hockey Psychology does some really good work. I think he does, like, lately he's been doing a weekly update. So he does one update on Sundays. So he might be putting one out today. Jacob saying, yeah, he watches it. Yeah. Calvin confirming that he's saying isn't. Mike Torrance says, yes, he does. Calvin also watches. Jacob, I watch every Canucks channel. Yep. Jacob, I see you in Kempner's chat. I see you in Canuck Clay's chat. Every single one, including Nothing is Perfect. Rome at Big Hockey. That's an interesting stat. Yeah. 10-0 on the road, which is wild. I've never thought I would see that. The Canucks are so good on the road and so terrible at home. I'm going to look up the Canucks standings here. Let's look that up. Updated standings here. Oh, there's a water barrel on my screen. Oh my goodness. Let's get the standings up here. So let's look at the entire league right now. So let's hop on over so you guys can see it too. I think you guys can see it. Yes, you can in fact see it. So the Canucks are currently sitting 10th in the league. They have 13 wins, 7 losses, and 3 overtime losses. The other thing I like to do is looking at point percentage. So if we look at point percentage, the Canucks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th. So they're 9th in the league for points percentage, and they're 10th in the league for overall points. They've obviously played, they were playing, but yeah, they're going to be making up. Look at these teams above them: 25 games played, 24 games played, 27 games played, 24. So a lot of the teams above them have played more games than they have. And if we look over here, away and home. So home record for the Canucks right now is 3-5-3, 10-2 on the road. That is a wild record. They're 10-2 on the road and only 3-5-3 at home. So +2. Back to the bar. Good videos, but he talks a lot too much. Needs more flow. Needs more flow, says Jacob. Lankinen, Big Hog says Lankinen is him and no one can argue. It's actually funny. I just got a text from one of my friends here. Where is it here? Yeah, I got a text. Literally, Big Hog saying Lankinen is him. This is a text I just got from my friend too, which I don't know, you guys can see it. Lankinen is him. So you guys are in agreement. Matt from Browns and Lankinen, Big Hog agreeing that Lankinen is him. Rome says a lot of new Canucks channels in the past year. Yep. The Canucks being good, it made it easier for us to create content. He is that guy. Mike Torrance, I like Price and the radio guy. Yeah, Blake Price and Matt Sakaris are the ones who do a show together. Blake Price and Matt Sakaris, I actually worked with both of them when I worked at the radio station. Really nice guys. The very first time I ever met Blake Price, I was walking through the radio station, headed past the washroom. Blake Price comes walking out of the washroom, and I was like, oh, like to introduce myself because I was brand new, and I shake his hand. He's like, my hands are wet because I washed them. I was like, I know, Blake. You didn't pee on your hands and come out. It's a weird way to introduce my Blake Price story. Myers looks fast somehow. Yep. Price retired. Yep. He sure did. But doesn't Price still have a contract? I don't know if he's still getting paid. I think his contract might be up now, but Price was an Oilers fan growing up in BC. Weird. But he lived up in like northern BC. So he's actually probably closer to Edmonton than he was to Vancouver. Rome, did Price actually officially retire? I believe so. Let's check. Carey Price retires. Okay. This is from September 5th, 2024. Let's hop on over. I'll make sure you guys can see this. So Carey, according to this article here, the Montreal Gazette, the first thing to make clear is that Carey Price isn't actually retired. He is technically still a Montreal Canadian, but clearly he'll never play another game. So you'll recognize it because, like, remember when Roberto Luongo retired? And he retired before his contract was up, which actually ended up screwing over the Canucks. Because there's a thing that if you retire early, then end up You end up your team who signed the contract. So not even so. Roberto Luongo didn't even retire as a member of the Canucks. So even though he retired in Florida, he ended up making the Canucks have to pay extra money on his contract, which you hate to see. Who is Sakaris and Price? Sakaris and Price are a couple of radio guys who do a show. But yeah, you can check them out. They're a podcast, but they put videos. They still make videos. I watch them all the time. Blake is his name. Yeah, Blake Price. Nice guy. Sakaris actually came on to C-Fun 1410 to start. He would come on and do spots with Dave Brindle, who I used to work with back in the day. Sakaris has some wild takes. Yeah, he sure does. So don't talk too much. Blake a little bit better, has a little bit better opinion, in my opinion. Paper putting his newly acquired goal emojis in chat. You love to see it. Big Hog saying PD 2.0. Young rookie is okay. Oh yeah, PD 2.0. So DPD getting his first goal down there in the AHL, which is good to see. Young is rookie. It's okay. Yeah, Young is a guy. He'll go down and play in the ECHL, which is Kalamazoo. But tons of potential. Has played really well for the most part in his time in the AHL. Young should go back to school and put Seelovs. Yeah, Seelovs will go down to the AHL. Ty Young will go back to the ECHL. Sasson looked all right. Yep. Yeah, Sasson looked pretty good tonight in limited minutes. Who do I not like? Jeff Patterson. He is a little bit of a gaslighter. Sasson played 619. Thank you, Mike, for looking that up. Was a -1. So, yeah, didn't play a lot. But I wonder if he played more than... how much time did Hoglander have? I feel like he didn't play after he got that penalty in the third period. So Hoglander played 5 shifts in the third period, and he ended up with 10:33. So Hoglander actually did play a little bit more than Max Sasson. Let's see, Sasson, yeah, ended up with 619. You're right, Mike Torrance. Thank you. Jacob Cozy, he always had low minutes. It's about how he looked. Yeah, he didn't look bad, right? And he's playing in limited minutes. He's still a guy who probably should be playing in the AHL. But Calvin, I think Vancouver needs to play him 10 minutes plus to see where he's at. Yep. Willander is better than Juracek. Yep, I agree with that. After the 10-minute mark, you get tired, and that's when we see his game at right now, not enough. Mike Torrance, he played well with time he was given. Yeah. Calvin, 4th game every second day. Yeah. Yeah. So the Canucks are going to play a game almost every other day. Big Hog saying, great stream, Russ. Michael McKinney, we would be unstoppable with Miller Demko. Yes. Yeah. Demko, we're thinking is going to be back after this road trip. Zach says, good game. Calvin says, great stream as always, Russ. Major Tao saying 100%, 100%. Eggplant. Hockey psychology is so goofy. Oh, good. Yeah, so good. It's okay. Oof, we ain't looking too good for our goalie situation. I mean, for Canada. Oh, yeah, I was going to say the Canucks are great in goaltending. Yeah, Canada does not look great. It's a little scary. U.S. looks very strong. Yeah, they got 3 guys who win the Vizina that could play for USA. Yeah, the U.S. team looks good. Zoe says, yeah, Canucks. Calvin says, hella strong. Some of the top players in our are on our team. Yeah, I still would love to see a Garland, Besser, Miller line playing for the USA. That would be fun to see. Crazy. Brunch time. Brunch time, all out of wings. Yeah, we ate all the wings already, so it's time to go grab some brunch. Oh, that Price. And Price, of course. 2 years at $10 million. Damn, Carey, that's still getting the bag. Yeah. Maybe they can talk Price into coming to play the tourney. No, he cannot play hockey anymore, unfortunately. Calvin, who watched the event in Fart Night, I got chills from Snoop's and Juice's part. Ice's Spice was trash. Yeah, nobody likes Ice's Spice, but apparently some people do. I did watch that as well. I was in there. Me and Dustin were actually watching the live event together. Eminem was Eminem, isn't it? Jacob's like, Fortnite is lame, to be honest. Fortnite's fun. I like Fortnite. If you check out some of my Fortnite content, you'll see why. I used to just goof off. I think that's the reason I played Fortnite, was because I didn't take it too seriously. And then my wife's like, you were always yelling at the TV, honey. Jacob, all right, peace, y'all. Calvin, yeah, I do too. I only watched the event because Juice is my favorite artist. Yeah, very sad to have him go so young. But it was cool that Fortnite was able to have him. I have Wreckfest. Imagine talking too much on a podcast. Yeah, unbelievable. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream today. Thank you to Dustin, as always, for the Rusty and Dusty sideshow and the post-game show. Extra big special thanks to Canuck Clay for joining the stream. It was awesome to have you stop by. And yes, I will absolutely come on and be a part of your show at one point. You let me know when you want it. And yeah, Canucks play again on Tuesday night, 5 o'clock, Minnesota Wild. We will be live for that one. And what a Wild game, 9:30 start. Here we are at the end of it all. This is Nothing is Perfect. My name is Russell Holiday. Thanks for watching and make good choices.